What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Anime Izakaya Podcast, Week 10 of the Fall 29 season. On this show, we'll be discussing the current season of anime airing every week. I'm your host, David, and joining me on the panel today, we have Stren.
Hi, team.
Next up, we have Brian.
Hello.
Next up, we have Ku.
Well, hello there.
We have a few more arriving later. Hopefully,
Yes.
possibly, maybe.
Yes, so right now, we're waiting on Sasha and Peter. They'll be joining us shortly in the podcast. Before we go to our shows, we have a couple pieces of news we want to talk about this week. The first piece, Dr. Stone second season was announced. This was just announced the last episode of Dr. Stone, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other news besides just like they announced the second season, but they haven't announced like when the air date is. They haven't announced how many episodes it's going to be.
So there was was one rumor from I think like one of the Chinese Twitters was saying that it was going to be a continuous broadcast. So it might end up airing right away, but we haven't heard anything about that. There was supposed to be some sort of special announcement on the 16th, which technically I think is
tonight.
Yeah, because it's Sunday night for us, and then it's Monday morning in Japan right now. So they might be announced soon, but we'll see. But anyways, second season is announced, so that's pretty good. Because I was personally getting, these guys were making me worried that we were gonna rush towards the war between Kasa and
like I thought the episode was awesome, but if it ended right there and nothing was announced,
I wasn't worried about it until this guy kept bringing it up. So that's out of the way.
I blame Ku.
Hey man, you know what they say about the imagination. It's a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
And then our second piece of news, we have Shokugeki or Food Wars. Apparently this important announcement that's supposed to come up on the 22nd during Jump Festa. So I don't know
Let's see what it is.
Because we're already on the final season, so I don't know what it could be besides like maybe either a spin-off, or if the authors is already announcing a new series.
Guys, what if it's like a live action?
You shouldn't say the show was canceled.
What if it's a live? What if it's a live action that just shows up on Pornhub?
Dude, what the fuck? I was not.
It does not.
I don't know about that trend.
Fuck.
Alright, fine, guys.
I was gonna say for a live action, I don't know if they usually announce live action at Jump Festa. So
especially
the only I think is maybe a game since it's Festa, but
oh god. Well,
we'll
actually, see. I never actually minded like the previous cooking games, like Cooking Mama and stuff. That could be fun.
Yeah, what other cooking games besides Cooking Mama and Overcooked?
I don't know, man. This would be just an advanced version of that, just with food and orgasms. Perfect.
It's gonna be a visual novel.
Oh god.
Your
Dave,
favorite.
Why did you ruin my imagination?
You ruined mine. But I don't know. We'll just wait to see what this is. Actually, that's 22nd. It'll be next week, so we should actually know by next week's podcast.
Yeah, we should. So we'll be able to comment on it.
So it's very, very interesting. But
go ahead.
Oh no, go.
I was gonna say, like, if we don't comment on it next week and we already know the news, then it was not worth it. It was terrible. It was live action. Yeah,
that could also be another possibility. It could probably be like something like a cafe collaboration, or doing something like 7-Eleven or Lawson.
Oh god.
So stuff like that. Stuff like Japan only. Something like that too.
The worst.
That's their quote unquote important announcement.
God, that'd be so bad. Anyway.
But that's gonna be it for news in general. So we're gonna switch around the shows. We're gonna start with like the ones with like the smaller amount of people watching, so that we can have everyone come around for our usual shows like Hero Academia and stuff. So we're gonna first start with Kemono Michi Rise Up with Strain and Q.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now you can go for it.
All right. So for Kemono Michi this week, it's been picking up greatly. I feel like if they would have put this episode as episode 5 or 4, I would have enjoyed the series a lot better.
Like you mean the episode like where they first had like Carmilla's and then the Dragon
Right.
Girl's backstory, right? Yeah.
Right. Adding filler to the beginning of the series, I think, was a horrible idea, especially when you don't even have any attachment to these characters yet, or
Yeah.
you didn't really care much for them. You're still trying to get used to the MC and trying to figure out where the plot is going. I mean, this episode is like they went from episode 4 to episode 12, and that would have been completely fine. Everything that was in between, like I would have been okay with not seeing it. So, with that being said, I like this episode, but I really wish they would have done this towards the beginning, not towards the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's actually certain parts of the episode that I thought was, it was just like it was that, and then it was like I think they finally got to the part that I think we've all been waiting for, just for Genzo and Mao to meet up. But before that, though, it was kind of neat how they went through the whole design of actually like I wonder like where this guy is getting the ideas for like the arenas. If it's just coming to him, or if he's actually somebody that was, let's say, summoned, like from their world as well, and just ended up showing up there.
As a man who works at a bank or some kind of financial institute, I guess it just comes natural to him to come up with these ideas, because basically he was just making it based on like profit wise, right? He had an area for food, area for vending, for like merchandise, I suppose. He even has like a VIP area set up, so people pay 10 times the amount for the tickets. And this was after the first tournament, so he's just getting better and better as he goes. With
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
but what if? What if he's from another world?
Yeah. Now you're thinking too much about it.
Yeah,
it's like imagination, man.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous thing.
It's just a comedy. Usually, like, if it's just straight up comedy, like you don't care much for those things. Even if it's just all of a sudden like, oh, twist, you're most likely not going to care.
Right.
Or it's not going to have like really any big impact.
Mm-hmm. But this episode, man, it was so refreshing to watch. I don't know how you feel about it, but I actually
Carmilla, first time, man, she was badass.
Right. Like she actually did something,
Yeah, and but then continued to lose.
Right.
But it was still awesome to see.
But that's why I said I think it's fine, because even from the very beginning, like when they showed the backstory of her and
the other girl, yeah,
Dragon Girl,
the redhead girl, Dragon Girl, yeah.
Right. They explained the architecture of the vampire hierarchy, I suppose. Lesser vampire, greater vampire. I forgot what that top one was. Just vampire, I guess.
Okay. Or was it
Demon Lord? Such creative naming for their vampire ranks.
Hey man, when it's comedy, it's fine.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah, you get past those things.
Yeah, but Carmilla is a lesser vampire, so she's a lower of the three. And then her opponent, I forget the name, was actually a greater vampire. So stat wise, she was going to lose regardless. And I guess I was kind of hoping that with the training, the wrestling training, she would have overpowered the other vampire with technique, but that didn't happen.
Well, she did, but then and she celebrated too soon.
Right.
She kind of forgot about the whole pinning. So that was depressing. But
yeah, but I actually enjoy the character now. There's actually some kind of character development, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then freaking the Princess Athena. It turns out she was darkness in disguise.
Yeah.
With the mask on and being ashamed, she actually started to embrace it and started to get a high off of it.
Oh, so she's way worse in darkness though than from Konosuba.
Oh yeah. Like for her character, I didn't really see it coming. Well, I guess I kind of did with the whole being kind of abused the whole time
for most of the show. Yeah,
because it might have messed up her head or her personality in general.
Or maybe she's liked it all along.
Mm-hmm.
God.
But yeah, other than story progression though, and like actually enjoying the episode this week, there wasn't really much going on other than the fact that Genzo and Mao's going to finally fight.
Yeah, the layout for the tournament, it was 5 matches, and then both sides are 2 and 2 now, and of course it's going to come down to Genzo and Mao, which I assume is next episode.
Right.
So it's like the moment we've all been waiting for.
And then there's only 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah. So I assume this is probably going to be like the main fight, and then the next episode is going to be kind of like at the end, kind of filler / wrap up maybe.
Right.
Which I'm fine with. It's a comedy. I think Konosuba did like something similar. One of the seasons, I don't remember which one it was.
Well, season 1 was when they fought against that giant mechanical fortress.
Yeah, but wasn't there an episode Oh no, I might be just thinking of the OVA.
Possibly, because they actually ended both seasons properly, I think.
Yeah, second season. I remember they ended the season with the slime, but
Mhm.
But anyway, it's what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that was
The ending in itself, or
yeah. Well, yeah, just I think. Oh, like I hope the animation is kind of like they end up going back to the animation that was like when Genzo fought the orc, when it just looked like it had like a more intense animation.
all right, more shonen style.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this episode that they like whatever they have left over in the budget that just goes all into this next episode. I want to see some crazy wrestling moves in animation.
Right, I want something different. I want something that's gonna make me go, "Wow!" Like that was a pretty good episode, or that was a pretty good climax.
Like when the show first started,
right?
Yep.
Something to draw me back in. And if there is a season 2,
I don't think so.
have me look forward towards it.
Yeah,
Because
I think this is go ahead.
No, because like I said, with 2 episodes left, and the way that they're progressing the story, there's no way that the story just ends here, right?
Nope,
I
have
would
another
imagine
Demon
there's
Lord.
something else. Yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully the next episode is they fight, they end the battle, and then
Set
the
up
last
next.
episode, set up for the next season. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But that's all I got.
Yeah.
My body is ready. I think we're good to go to I think Fake Grand Order.
Fake Grand Order? Okay.
Yep.
So
David, you can go ahead and start it off because I only really remember one thing from this episode. So
I mean, okay, this is like a really weird episode. So before I should say anything besides that too, this was the last episode before they're gonna do 2 weeks of recap.
woohoo!
So I guess this is like the cutoff point for the first half.
The recap episode is going to be just nothing but clips from the previous fights.
I mean, I guess that'd be good for a recap. But so this I trying to remember what happened this episode, but it's just really weird because so they have to go to what is even the city name that
Babylon.
not Babylon, the city in like the city like in like Mesopotamia
That's
that
a Mayan place.
is it my place? I think it's like Sumerian or Mesopotamian name.
All I remember is like there was some giant like sunstone looking thing with a giant axe.
Yeah, well, I mean that's because the goddess, that the Final Fantasy VIII summon goddess, like that's what she summons.
Yeah.
Yes,
bro. We know from Final Fantasy VIII, man. Quetzalcoatl is like stuff of lightning. I have yet to see any lightning from this lady. She has feathers though.
I feel like maybe like the original was supposed to be like more sun focused, and maybe it got it wrong.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
But because I think because originally like we were supposed to believe that Quetzalcoatl was it?
I don't know. Let's just say Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. Like we were supposed to believe that she wants to kill the 100 soldiers, and
but she doesn't.
And then the fight starts, and of course, like everyone is struggling against her, even like Ishtar, who's supposed to be a goddess, but like
along with her too, yeah.
So like this goddess is just easily getting her ass kicked by another goddess.
Yep, and then also like the tiger lady, isn't she almost like equivalent to a goddess?
She's a divine servant, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
So like she's like I assume she's supposed to be like above like Mash and Merlin and Anna.
Yeah, Mash can't beat anybody.
But like again, that's the whole theme of this season. It's like we're on our 7th singularity, and Mash just can't do shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, like from the like I said, like from previous podcasts, like in the game, when you go to the singularities and stuff, you run into these servants and they join your party, and it just feels like they're like the main people in the show, and then Mash's story is just kind of like in the back. I forgot which singularity was mainly Mash's story of what I played, so I guess I would assume that maybe her story, like in whatever the singularity already happened.
See, like the one problem I have with this fight is that like this is really showing its power creep, because okay, it's one thing for a Mash and like Merlin and Anna because like there's regular servants, but then you have a divine servant and a goddess and like fighting against another like I guess goddess, and they're having trouble like with all of them combined. So it's like what's the power like? What's the power level and what's like the tier list?
Yep, and instead of Quetzalcoatl beating their asses, she joins them.
So that's another dumb thing to do. It just felt so easy, just because like what he had to show his determination. All he does is just
Try to kill
is-
himself.
he just like
just takes it basically just takes like a flyer up to the top and just dives. Basically just swans dive. And then I'm guessing he landed on her.
I don't know. It was a straight cut, wasn't it?
Yep. They cut it off and then he just woke up in her lap.
Pillow.
Yep, lap pillow, Japan's favorite.
Yep.
I don't know. The episode, I mean, I was just expecting like kind of like the halfway point, and I was just gonna guess that this was just gonna be an
So,
episode
like-
with crazy animation or a fighting, which I didn't even think like the fight was like that crazy.
I mean, like there wasn't really much story besides, I guess, like the backstory with Dr. Romani, but like
Yeah, and he might be he might have some other things in mind.
which again, it's like wow, that would have been nice to know if
We knew the other singularities.
it's like if that part was probably real earlier, but because we started so late that like we because I didn't know that like they changed the timeline to have the Atmosphere win the original Holy Grail War.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing that sucks about this now, we get to wait 3 weeks.
Yep.
For a new episode.
And then that ending too, where did you see the post credit scene
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right.
where like basically like well, they make you think that Gilgamesh is
Is dead.
dead, but
Yeah.
really he's just stuck in the underworld.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no way, man. That guy's, that nobody's gonna kill that guy, or at least not yet. Hopefully, the guy's too awesome.
so I guess like I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like
Yeah. This episode really
because
didn't have
the
much
last-
story.
because a lot was the only really villain left is just Gorgon and not Enkidu, like the fake whatever. I even now I forgot like what his
Like what he was or what he
real
is.
name was. What his real name was.
What
and
is,
he,
we'll say faking keto. That's fine.
like he revealed his fake name and I already forgot it.
Same. That's like how
But-
little I cared.
But it's like basically so it looks like the only villains really it's just it's Gorgon, the fake Enkidu, and Shiwaka, like when she's got turned
Oh yeah,
evil.
she's gonna be able to. Yeah.
So it's gonna be those three left.
I don't know. It almost feels like at the pace they've been going, that 10 episodes is almost too much for 3 more opponents. But then, what Faker Andor loves to do is you run into them, you battle them, and then they just part ways for another day.
I mean, Gorgon could have just ended this all if like at that when she killed off like
Everybody.
Leonidas and Ushiwaka, but because somehow her Enkidu convinced her to not destroy them all.
Yeah, but instead, they just wanted to just like say, "Oh, we have too many episodes. You can't do it now." Yes.
More like it's following a stupid like mobile game format, but
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. It's just gonna suck waiting 3 weeks, and just hopefully we don't forget too much in the meantime. I don't think we will, and I don't think I'm gonna rewatch the
I mean like
recaps.
because the main important lore is outside the anime anyways. So
Yeah.
like if you want to hear in-depth coverage of Fate, this is not the place to do it.
Yeah, don't come to us. We are not good with this.
So
Anyway, moving
Yeah.
on.
are we doing ORESUKI next, or you want to do Hero Academia, or
I would say I'm okay with doing ORESUKI.
okay? So
Let's get this one out of the way.
we'll do ORESUKI then.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't simply get ORESUKI out the way, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
yes,
man,
you do.
But it's a filler episode. You do.
You thought it was filler.
Yeah,
Oh,
most
I
things
just
are good
assume
for it.
like because all the arcs up until now have been what 3 episodes? Or maybe
but
maybe 2,
definitely.
and this just seemed like a one-off. And usually I just assume that must have been like a filler.
One
Unless
thing I will say about this episode is that like I don't like just like I thought it reminds me of the comedy of the first season, like I don't know, or the first not season, the first arc. Like
Is it because of the Chunyopi effects of that one girl, Tampopo or whatever?
I don't know, it's just like it's just like I thought this was more funny than like the previous episodes we had. So
Really? Huh.
I was laughing, or I was enjoying this episode a lot.
You-
like
You like the cringe stuff.
He does.
what cringe?
I just said it. I have no idea. I actually didn't feel like really cringy at all. Actually, yeah, the other chick that they announced or showed, I really don't care for her.
I mean, I just thought it was nice that it was actually someone that they were acquainted with. At least it wasn't just some random girl.
I don't know, man. They're reaching pretty hard right now for more girls.
No, not really, because if you remember, she was the girl that was chosen to be one of the 3 girls to dance with during the festival or the
Oh,
Harvest Festival, whatever.
yeah,
But then
that's
she
right.
declined them because
He's a
she
creep.
thought, yeah, he was the slipper man or
Yeah.
whatever.
So
So,
that's what I want to say too about the Superman thing, because
uh,
it's translated Superman, but in Japanese they kept saying like Pederast or something.
Which means
I don't, because I think it's supposed to be like a play on word with like the
with Pansy.
no like
no.
I don't know, maybe like the shoe slipper or something else. I don't, but they kept saying Pederast, which I thought was funny, and I was translated as, maybe that's why I thought it was funny, because I kept hearing Pederast
Hmm.
the whole time.
It just sounds like it just sounds like
It's just
really
a funny
weird
word, and
Yeah.
it was like that combined with the fact that it was translated, not.
Yeah.
It was just, that was more funny to me.
Yeah. What do you guys think of her objective?
I mean, I
Really
felt
weird.
like it was kind of a stretch. I didn't really see the point of it.
Same.
It's
to
just
be
like,
honest.
because like the author, he really likes like doing these things where like it's always like supposed to be not what you think it is, but like
Mhm.
they always feel shallow.
Yeah. It was like towards the end of Gamers as well.
This
so
this
sad.
like this episode, like there were her reasons felt like the most shallow of all the plot twists so far.
Yeah, it was definitely very he did not go very deep with her character development. It's like,
Right.
oh, I'm like I was a coach of the opposite team, but I'm now in your school, and the whole thing. I'm thinking, Jesus, this is going pretty far out there.
And the thing that confuses me is like they made the appearance of bench appear, right? So you would assume whenever the bench appears, it's something that's going to be dramatic, something that's going to be.
I think it's just like
It wasn't at all. Huh?
it's supposed to like you're supposed to think that, but in really it's not. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose, but I just
like
can't believe.
it's for like comedic effect now, because I think the author realizes.
he's running
Yeah,
out of ideas.
Well, I mean, he realizes that he realized how important that bench is, but this time he used it for like just to throw people off.
yeah, I suppose. But is the manga or the light novel still going or no?
Yes.
I assume the light novel is going.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, if it is, then I feel like kind of making light of its effect now would kind of ruin it in the long run, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, they definitely will not wrap up the show in this season because, like, I'm pretty
I don't know.
sure.
I don't know about ruins. Like this is what usually happens for like rom coms. They're from like light novels or manga. Like
Yeah, it's
No,
still
but
running. It's
But you
still
get what
running.
I mean, right? Like if you're gonna show the bench and it always implies that something serious is about to happen, then you're gonna think, oh, okay, this shit's gonna be serious. But now it's like it doesn't have that main importance anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they've used the bench so many times. I mean, every time I think like, oh man, this is gonna be good. And like when this bench came up for this time, I don't know if it's just because of like the girl this time where
Mhm.
where I'm just like, oh god, like I really didn't care. And
I
then
mean,
like at the end of the episode, especially when you just feel like nothing really changed, then I just felt more like it was a filler episode.
I mean, Jorel did get a nice upgrade in his pictures, so
Yeah, like they're gonna show those again. You know that picture will never be shown again.
it's all right. You know what you can do is you can take a screenshot, put it in your special folder that I know you specifically have for stuff like this,
And
and
you know
you
with
can
this
see it whenever
guy,
you want.
see at the beginning of this guy, like at this show, the guy had like all like tons of things planned out. Now
Right.
I don't think this guy has a damn thing planned. You know, it's just this picture's a one time use. It's gonna be ruined and it's done.
Yep. One day at a time.
Yep. And then you guys' thoughts on the I think the ending credit scene or after credit scene?
so yeah, when they announced they got shut down the library,
Stupid.
It's-
It was so stupid.
I mean, I feel like they're going to close it, but they're still. But then at this point, they'll just give them a reason to try to hang out outside of school or in some other environment rather than just during lunch.
probably. I mean,
They
I think
haven't.
like I think it's supposed to be more important for Pansy, because like she's supposed to be the library girl,
Mm-hmm.
that type of character, but like they didn't really like make that her whole focus
Yeah.
for a character, like because like other because like they've had a bunch of other shows where the like the library go, like that is like her most important place. So like you like you would see the impact, but here it's like it doesn't like it's not like she really needs a library.
Did they announce like why it's closing? I'm guessing no.
No.
That'll be
No.
next episode. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that. But I just wanna hear the reasoning for doing it. Like if they try to make it serious, I'm gonna be like, oh god, why? But then if it's like for some stupid kind of comedy reason,
I mean, it's
I
just gotta
think
be.
I'll let it slide more.
It's not gonna be serious. It's not gonna be anything like that. It's just gonna be like they just felt like it. Honestly.
Well, you know how they mentioned at the very beginning that no one uses the library, so maybe since no one's utilizing it, they're just gonna close it to save money.
Dude, nobody uses libraries yet. Every school still has them, and they just let it sit there and just rot.
Okay, well, for this sake, right? For the purpose of this proving a point, I think that's probably what they're gonna say, right? It's like no one's really using it, so why do we have it? Let's just close it down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we will see. We will see what the reasoning is, and then we will comment next week on our thoughts on it. But do you guys think this like? I'm guessing. Do you guys think this is like the final arc, or do you think it's going to be like a 1 episode thing again?
There's 2 episodes left, isn't there?
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
2 episodes. So I'm just
So,
asking if these like
It's
next
gonna be it's gonna be like a final 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't think
I
it's
think
gonna be
that's
another
gonna be-
one-off?
No.
Okay.
Well, because technically it was like Cosmos was already she was feeling uneasy during this episode because of it. So
Oh, she already knew.
yeah, that's why
Okay.
she didn't say anything during lunch.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
She's the one that's gonna. Yeah, she's the one that had the plans in motion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying stuff.
But then again, it's just really weird that they just made this a 1 episode arc in a sense. Like
Filler.
it was filler, right?
Yep.
So why towards the end of the series would you do this?
Maybe the.
It's just
maybe,
it
these
sounds
next
like
two-
I sounds like just poor planning from like just I assume like the light novels maybe like after the first couple of arcs like there was just a bunch of like one-offs and they just couldn't decide like they just couldn't decide like which one to cut or like which one just to or how to like end it properly. So I don't know.
My guess would be is this final arc was only 2 episodes, and they had time. They had like another episode to put something.
I guess now that I say that, like I don't really know if it's the anime studio not planning properly or just like the light novel just not having a good place to end.
Yeah, I could see both happening. I saw like the light novel. I think it started in 2016. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you'd think that they would have a decent amount of stuff to work with if it's been going for 3 years.
Well, maybe they made it 24 episodes rather than 12. They would have a lot more freedom.
Oh man, I don't know. 24
I
episodes.
don't know.
almost sounds
For this
too much.
series, I don't know if you really need 24.
Yeah.
But
I
then
thought
again, like
24 would have
point.
been fine if they
Then
actually expanded the arcs and then actually explained
The
more.
story was over.
Went on. Right.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
again, like I mean, when I like at least for the manga, like I definitely felt things were more rushed. So they
Yeah.
actually could do. Not thinking about they could do 24, but they probably didn't have the budget.
Yeah. Right.
You usually don't get budgets for like rom-coms.
Rip.
I mean,
Except
the
Snafu.
first- Yeah.
I mean, like you don't get like unless like they're super popular, like
You get budgets for good rom-coms.
rom-com and harm. Like if they're popular, you actually you get a lot of episodes, but like this is the type of show that's lucky you just get in.
Yeah. I definitely see this being just the one season thing and then done. But I'm good. I'm good to go.
So that's gonna be it for
Oh.
ORESUKI. Do you want to go to Dr. Stone or go to My Hero Academia?
Let's do My Hero. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Sasha, your call. If you're ready to go, we can do Hero Academia now, or yeah, because I've heard
up in
nothing
this
from
bitch.
I've heard nothing from Peter. So
Well,
Let's do
Okay.
it.
all right.
I just
So-
ate some octopus, so I'm ready.
Ooh, some takoyaki. I see.
Oh yeah.
He's ready to
You go.
use his manifest powers.
I was gonna say you go Sun Eater on that.
But
Yeah,
I
Brian
know-
or Sasha, you guys can start it. I mean, I've been since we've been kind of talking.
I know
quite a bit.
Brian like excited because we had a huge like spotlight on Kirishima.
Red Riot. Sasha and Brian. You guys.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, his backstory is kind of like generic in a way, but
How dare
it's
you.
always heartwarming to see how The kid struggles to barely harden anything to just become beast mode.
Nice use of words there, Frank.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it.
What? That's what he does. He literally just gets hard.
Yes.
Not on the outside, but also on the inside.
I mean, his heart gets hard, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it stop beating then? Technically speaking, he's up for a heart attack.
Listen, man.
No, because apparently he can make his blood hard too, which is kind of weird. But,
wait, really?
His what heart?
His blood?
Oh, gotcha.
Wait, can he?
Well, when he got like knocked out the first time and his arms are cracked and you could see those like like his blood wasn't really like draining either. It was actually hardened to his skin still.
Yeah.
Unless they weren't trying to animate the blood flowing down his arms, but it was basically just his rock arms and then like patches of red. And I didn't see anything dripping down.
Right. I didn't either.
So this is the odd thing about this episode. Although Red Riot was once again the feature, I actually felt he was outshined by Fat Gum.
Fat Gum was a beast.
100%.
Dude, Fat Gum was pretty sick.
They spent all this time hyping him up, but it's like those sports teams that they did well against weak teams, but then when it comes to a real team, they're just going to be swept aside. That's just how I feel about my boy Red Riot, man. I mean, my adopted stepchild, who I didn't want. Okay.
That's the one kind of disappointing thing. They made Red Riot sound like he's just like a defender, like he doesn't actually do much offense.
Yeah. I don't like the whole like speech and analogies. Like, this is a shield versus shield battle, and we're a spear and a shield.
Yeah, that was like, oh god.
What, you didn't like the analogy?
Not that one.
I mean, it's coming from a guy who literally all he does is cast shields over people, and he's going to be there in one episode and that's it. So I don't know. It felt kind of empty. Now, if that was a speech by one of the main guys and like, yes, let me tell you about the strategy, blah blah blah, then I'm like, okay, it's a guy wearing a mask. Come on, man. Like, granted, the main villain's wearing a mask. Yeah,
but
I love it.
Hey man, overhaul doesn't count. Okay, he's special.
Okay,
he's special. Okay?
The mask doesn't count.
That's right. He has gloves too. Okay.
Oh right. I forgot about that. gotta keep them hands clean.
I was gonna say, I thought it was pretty funny too. Yeah, that Sasha mentioned about how Red Riot, like when he's he's fighting against like a weak team, but then like you can't do much against a stronger team just because because he even says himself like, wow, like I got so cocky from being the one guy who overdosed himself, and now that I'm against like an actual. I'm against like actual like one of the bullets. Like I'm just useless.
Yeah,
that's right. It's okay. It's called character development.
Yeah, dude. He'll come back one day.
Yeah. But I do remember Sasha commenting on it and basically says like she just fought as like a nobody, and then it's actually somebody. Even though I still think like these guys are like almost. They seem like they still seem fairly weak from like previous people they've fought. Like they don't seem like that big of a deal, or they just seem like they got a terrible matchup.
I would call them like the level bosses, but not the final bosses. Like I think they're still boss levels.
Well, they've taken 5 of them out so far, so there's 3 left.
Mm-hmm. But let's be fair, they've gone against some pretty strong people. I mean, Sun Eater, come on, that guy is pretty damn OP, right?
Yeah. They've just like both sides or both, I guess, teams have just had poor matchups.
Mm-hmm.
So they have not favored them.
Also, I want to mention real quick too, because apparently Fat Gum is supposed to be super tall, and like because he was already, he's already fat, and then that combined with like his height, he's supposed to be this huge guy. So then when he turns skinny, like he's still like pretty tall.
Damn, I wish I had that quirk. I was fat and basically just burn it for power.
It's not just wasted fat, okay?
It's true, yeah.
It's just stored power. That's what we should all view fat as. Just stored
power.
Yeah, Brad, I'm gonna have you come up here and beat my ass down.
I got you, dude. I'm coming out right now. Talk to you later, guys.
Oh god.
His skinny form kind of reminds me like of an adult Bakugo, honestly. When I saw him mixed with what's his face?
Gran Torino.
Yeah. I was just like, oh snap. That's what he looks like. That's who he is.
Yeah,
so,
his ability was pretty sick.
Yep. This episode, I gained a lot more respect and overall just appreciation for Fat Gum. Red Riot, it feels, like when they're trying to make you feel for a character and you're like, you're just not buying it, right? Like in wrestling, what happened, like The Rock started out as a good guy and people chanted Rocky sucks because they thought he was just like such a boring generic wrestler, and then he took out his anger on the audience, and that's when they're like, yeah, Rocky. So by being like evil or a bad guy, he actually gained attention and notoriety. Red Riot needs to do something like that, man. I can't buy into him and his like wishy-washy story. You got outshined by like, what does that pink girl even do? She just looks weird, so people get scared of her.
She got
She
acid.
spits acid,
acid.
bro.
It's acid.
His
Oh,
one
yeah.
weakness.
There you go.
It's one weakness.
Basically,
I want to
she
see
shoots
more of
acid
that
at
big
him,
guy.
Which guy?
He's dead, bro.
The
Let's be honest.
Hagrid-looking guy.
Oh, the guy that
Who
was
was
asking
like-
for directions.
That
Yeah.
dude just went straight to police station and instantly just got arrested.
Probably.
Dude, the episode would have been so much better if they would have showed the after effects. You getting crushed. Like, who sent it here? And they blamed that pink girl.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if he makes a comeback in the later episodes? Like, hey, you're that fucking girl that sent me to the police station. Ooh, I got you now, bitch. Like, how
He
did you
crushes
remember?
her legs. He's
Jesus.
like, I always like the color purple.
Bro, she's pink, not purple.
Pink, sorry, man. I don't see colors.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
Yeah, man, come on.
What if actually like we'll just call him Hagrid shows up in a later episode and he's actually like, what if he's one of like the 8 bullets or whatever?
That would actually be pretty cool. Because I think that, and is the pink purple girl with them? What's her
No.
name even?
No,
No.
she's not.
Mina?
No,
There.
she's not.
Ashida?
Mina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ashido.
Is it
Ashida,
Ashido or
right?
Ashida? I thought it was Ashida.
Ashido. I literally just looked it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be cool if he kills Red Riot and then she's like, oh no.
Why does he
Whoa.
gotta die, bro? Now
Bro, we need someone to go, man. This is getting too
it
predictable
can't
now.
be Red Riot. I
All
don't
right,
know.
fine.
Like, granted, I like this character, but it's just like the way they're trying to develop him just it seems kind of bland, man. It's like, all right, this man's power is getting hard, like really hard, and then what else is he gonna do? That's literally it. I'm like, all right, cool. They're showing like this OG character of like, what's his name? Crimson Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Good knockoff, dude. But anyways, it's like Crimson Riot. It's like, oh yeah, he had a pretty cool, like he has pretty similar powers. Yo, what else can he do? Like, I wanted to see what else that man could do.
By the way, who would look at Crimson Riot and think, yeah, that's a guy I want saving my life? I gotta look at that guy. He looks creepy as hell. He looks like your stereotypical villain. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of starting to draw the line with their characters. I get that people are a lot more insecure than they let on, and this is all part of, like, who mentioned character development. But when you get enough of these sappy stories about people being losers, like Deku, quirkless loser, Bakugo, the angry loser, Todoroki.
I was he a loser though.
Dude, the one thing I thought that was kind of cool though is like they tied together like kind of like Kirishima's and Deku's story, where he saw like Deku.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was actually pretty neat.
I mean,
Yep, I can
I don't
respect that. But can one of them just be like, dude, I was meant to be a hero. I just worked my ass off and I was positive about it. Like, give me somebody who's a little bit different because
that's,
Yeah,
Wins
that's
with
fine.
passion.
that's basically
Yeah.
All Might, isn't it?
No, it's
who
not
knows?
all
Watch,
right,
they're gonna be like, All Might had cancer before he got it.
Oh, God.
The
Well,
others
actually-
made it.
Well, I mean, All Might did it because of his mentor, but
That was what?
because
Mentor?
he really admired his mentor, and I don't know if they explain what happened to her, but like he basically wants like was it to keep fulfilling her legacy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
by passing
Didn't
it to
she-
quirkless people.
Didn't she die fighting
Oh yeah,
All for
she
One?
died. Yeah,
No, fighting for all for one, right? That's why he's All for One. So
I don't remember what, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
she died.
because I think she died. Yeah,
Yep.
fighting him because I think All For One was just like a generational battle up until All Might said, "This is it."
Yeah.
Yep.
All for one, man. The guy who looks like an almond. That's okay.
with the mask.
Yep.
Hey,
Listen to me, kids.
but I don't know. I still I still wouldn't put Red Riot like up there in the class. It's for me. It's still Deku and Todoroki and Bakugo. They're
Well,
the most important people in the class.
yeah. Well, with Red Riot's thing, how they keep mentioning it, he just has such a I don't want to say common quirk, but it's just like in any kind of type of show that you watch with superpowers, there's going to be that one guy that has his ability. and I think they kind of go off that.
Well,
quite a
that's
bit.
the
No, they
It's
showed it already. They showed it when he was in the UA tournament. There was another guy that had
Yep.
specifically
Yeah.
the same power.
Well, there's another guy from another school, and like there's this other guy too who can also turn, like who can make stuff harder too.
Yeah. So I don't know what makes this guy so special, but I guess they're trying their hardest to make him stand out. I guess.
I still think he's badass. Since Fat Gum burned all of his fat, how long do you think it takes for him to get it back?
A day. He's gonna eat like
Uh,
20,000
yeah.
calories.
He's gonna
Yeah,
need
he
to
needs to eat
accumulate the
something.
mass again.
Dude, I
so
got an ultimate plot twist. He eats one of their own members.
God.
You just see Takoyaki's like bird legs sticking out of his mouth. He's
No,
like,
I
it
can-
had to be done. He wasn't gonna make it, guys.
Dude, I can see Sun Eater doing that, but I can't see Fat Gum doing that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to go off Sasha's point, I actually do think Sunny Eater is done for this arc. I don't think he's doing anything more right now.
Dude, that guy's out, dude.
That dude's collapsed, man. He looked
Yeah.
like he was legit gonna die after the fight. I
Yeah.
didn't think he was like that injured until like he collapsed and I saw like bite marks all over his arms and like I was like, damn, this dude got fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did get messed up.
No, he got
Until Dr.
fucked up
Krillin
bad.
shows up with some sensu beans. I'm ready to
Senzu
fight
bean.
again, guys. Yeah.
Or
That's
that,
one thing
you know,
I need for
that,
quirks,
that old
man.
lady's guys just give him a kiss.
I'm gonna say, dude, like healing
Oh,
quirks
yeah.
seems so rare in this universe and or show.
I'd hope so. That shit's OP.
Yeah, it's pretty
suppose.
damn strong.
Well, I guess technically the guy who shoots tape out of his elbows could heal you by covering your injury in tape.
I mean, is that gonna really heal you or just stop the bleeding?
Well,
Well,
you
by
know
stopping
how
bleeding.
athletes wear like that tape around their knees and ankles and stuff that supposedly helps them?
Yeah,
Oh,
He
okay,
could do
tape,
that
yeah.
for you.
sure.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, I
help your
guess.
joints out during athletic
Yeah.
training.
Watch,
God.
they're gonna show that guy's like after story, and he's gonna be working at Best Buy. Just quickly label.
Is he our next centipede man? Is
That's
that
so
what
sad.
we're doing?
Oh
It's
man,
Centipede
nobody
Man.
can top Centipede.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Wait, hold on. What the hell was he doing? He was just touching the wall that was covered. Like, I wonder if I can get through here.
Wait, who? Centipede?
Yeah, centipede guy. Because when
Yeah.
Bubble Girl was like interrogating the three, I guess Yakuza members or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that
I
part.
Oh, come on, guys!
Dude,
It's the little
Centipede.
details that matter.
Centipede man. Come on. Get that shit out of here.
David, our purpose is to watch and pay attention to discuss these details.
I didn't know he was doing that in the background.
He didn't say anything, did he? I thought it was just basically the bubble
kind of
girl
host
and
are
then
you?
interrogating him.
This man's legit touching the wall.
Hey, if we're going by numbers, I think Brian's saying things, guys.
He's under a deep genjutsu. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked the start of the season, and I thought they were getting to a lot of places, but now this whole like everybody's trapped in a dungeon, and then we got to see them individually get picked off and fight. It's
Yeah.
feeling a little bit dated. So I hope the next fight is someone a little bit more interesting.
It
Well, I
should
mean,
be. What's the
yeah.
title for the next episode?
I don't remember, but
It's
there's
like
only three.
temp squad.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I
What?
think it's
It's
just
kept-
gonna be. Yeah,
It was like temp squad. So I wonder if
okay.
it's supposed to be like if some people from League of Villains are show up or something.
Oh yeah, I did see that, but I did not know he was like
Because
touching the
in
wall.
the
Though.
in the
Oh, right.
preview, Deku was saying how he was surprised
Oh, why they were
seeing
there?
people. So
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. So I guess from this point on, it should be pretty high, right? It'll be Deku versus the League of Villains.
Well, there's only 3 bullets left, so
Right,
Oh,
but it's
and-
not even the
yeah,
bullets. It's gonna be
yeah.
the League of Villains. Which I think one of them is actually that girl that sucks blood from people, the needles.
her.
right.
Because
Yeah.
it looks like it had like feminine footwear, which
Oh yeah,
I forgot all
She had
about
a
her.
pretty. Me too.
yeah. So I think the next
So-
couple episodes should be pretty hype.
Yeah.
Speaking of girls, the green one, what is up with her costume? Can someone help me out? Like
The bubble
Brian
girl?
just no. Is she the bubble girl? I don't know what she
yeah,
is.
that's Bubble Girl.
You mean
Yeah.
the blue one?
Her butt crack is literally showing. And then
Listen,
I remember noticing this on the front. She's wearing like these like black tights that go underneath her costume. But then if you look at from the waist down, her zipper is basically like unzipped. It's just like wide open.
Whoa. Her eyes are up there, buddy. All right, relax.
Whoa, I'm just saying, it was very distracting character design. Like, you got massive cleavage, you got a butt crack, and then it looks like she's been assaulted recently, but she's still choosing to move on that way. So, I think that's poor character design. Let me find.
I feel like it's kind of fan service
It's for us,
design.
guys. It's for us.
I mean, she is Bubble Girl, right? She's got to be bubbly somewhere.
The what?
That doesn't even make any sense, Koo.
Dude, look at that. I mean,
For
she went to
anyone
the
listening,
bathroom.
I'm legit just going through the episode and posting pictures.
Yeah.
So they could
See,
like
if we're
Doesn't that
going
look
by
like she
like,
took a shit and forgot to zip it up? Like literally.
see, the like the part to back up your the comment on the whole thing, because like their costumes are supposed to be to help their quirks. I'm not quite sure how
Right.
that helps her.
Bro,
Maybe
she
she
just
distracts
bubbles
the
for
enemy.
her-
All right.
yeah.
holes down there. I don't know, but it's a very odd choice for a costume. Leggings and then
It's because of the bubble butt.
yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
nice, touche. Bubble butt, bubble
Yeah.
butt.
That is my guess. Besides that, I got nothing else with her. No clue.
Otherwise, we haven't even seen her power other than she can shoot bubbles from her fingers
she
and
blows
she's
bubbles,
good at
man.
martial arts.
I mean,
Apparently,
okay.
I think he puts him
Well,
to
the
sleep
dumb
or
thing is that
something,
like it
knocks
was
him
good
under.
because she's only there because the person who draw her won the contest, and like
Oh, really?
he was allowed to put her in the story.
Oh,
Really?
what?
That's the story of her?
So that's
yeah,
why.
yeah. So like I think Shonen Jump like ran a contest, like whoever, and then I think someone like either the author or the editors pick like their favorite fan
man, so-
created
And they
hero,
picked
and then,
Bubble
and
Girl.
then,
This
then
see
was
why.
the one that won. Are you
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
serious?
Bubble Girl was the one that won the contest.
This is the perfect kind of character that needs to die. Then,
the fan
like basically,
favorite.
like if there's like backlash or outlash for it, then Shonen Jump be like, okay, guys, it's time, and
Dude,
just offer.
and
it.
her top does not seem practical at all. Like it feels like those things are just gonna slip out at any moment. If she has to run towards the enemy or something, like one of them is gonna start
That's
hanging.
not like that's not anime design.
Maybe
like,
that's
female
what she
anime
can
design.
shoot out bubbles. You know?
It's
Who
actually
knows?
just the most inefficient just costume or outfit in the world.
Guys, this is
Legit, raise your hand and
Dude, this is what we call anime physics, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
Wait.
what means. This is what means trying to play well in Faker in order all the time.
They just look more like they look like more bubbles.
Fucking tube sock, man. That's that's what I'm seeing here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah.
I just want to say, besides the
Uh.
bubble cross up, like I don't know. I thought the beginning of the season was starting slow. I'm actually enjoying these fights because like
Interesting.
probably picking up.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I do like I just want to see the fights of Chisaki.
well, the halfway
Yes.
point is approaching pretty soon. So usually at that point, there's some pretty nice animation that's usually followed. Maybe some top tier fights.
I think it's just like I
Someone's
think
gotta
it's
die.
just
But
having
the
like,
halfway point,
the
I don't
episodes.
know.
I think just having the episodes lead into like this was probably taking longer than it needed to. So,
Yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
took a long time to set it up.
I would like fights that have a little bit more unpredictability to them. It doesn't mean that the bad guy has to win those fights or something, but I need something that's going to have like an actual impact later on. And I'm not saying
Oh,
these
right, yeah.
potentially won't have an impact. I'm just saying, like, the likelihood of them mentioning these scrubs again, probably minimal.
Oh, yeah.
The
They're one time
likelihood
thing.
of yeah, and so I would like to see something where it's like more risque, where you're like, oh man, something's actually on the line, because you can
Yeah.
tell that whole flashback with Kirishima. Okay, he's about to use that emotion and channel something new. Cool.
Yeah.
But
And
Facum,
then, yeah, Facum, that was actually pretty cool. So I get your point, David, but I'm just looking for give me a fight where I'm actually nervous about something happening to the
oh yeah,
Bro,
protagonist.
you weren't nervous with Sun Eater? Sun Eater went 1v3 and he almost died.
No, I guess because I don't really care about Sun Eater, to be honest with you.
Damn, what
He's-
the
Whoa, what the fuck, dude? That's so cold blooded, man. What the hell?
Dude, I told you, man. You wear a hood with goggles. You're out of my club, man.
hey, you can't talk shit about Ezio about like that, right?
oh god.
Dude, Ezio doesn't wear the hood though, man. I mean, sorry, he doesn't wear the goggles.
Oh, God.
But
Or
yeah.
does he?
I don't know.
Yeah, we never see it. It's always shrouded, dude.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
never show his eyes.
He got custom made by Da Vinci himself.
Yep, another one of
Dude.
those one of his inventions in the game.
Back when the series was actually
Good.
people were working on it.
yeah.
They were
I don't
like,
know
"Hey, just crank one of these out every year." Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know if I really got anything else. I saw somebody put the note. Chisaki took control and started abusing the clan power.
Right.
Oh yeah, because remember
Oh.
they said how they love the original boss.
Oh,
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
So
So-
And they
that's
hate this
kind of
guy. Yeah.
that's kind of interesting because the 3 bullets that fought Sun Eater, they're the ones who are following Chisaki, but it seems like most people
but not
are
all of them
following.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are following the original boss.
Where these guys are following him out of fear more than actually loyalty.
No, I think all the scrubs follows the old boss because they weren't that strong, and the 8 bullets would follow Overhaul. just
Yeah.
'cause he was
Yeah.
strong. I
But
think
not
that's
all of
just,
them were though, because they made the comment. Oh no, never mind. Those were
No, it was the
nobodies. Yeah,
guys that are caught in the hallway. They made the
Yeah.
comment.
yeah, they were scrubs, so
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
care. But it looks like for some reason I feel like they're being held hostage by Overhaul because you remember that the main leader was actually sick in bed and he couldn't do anything, and that's
Mhm.
how Overhaul took over. So
Yeah.
maybe he's kind of
Yeah.
just.
Like, okay, is that his dad or like?
I want to say yeah.
No, I don't think
I-
it's bad. Yeah,
I
you
don't-
think so?
I don't
I
think
wanna-
we know.
No, I think he said when he went to his bed and picked him up, I think he said, like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna do this, Dad, or whatever. He's got to move him.
Because I assume like if it's a Yakuza style, I assume like be family controlled. So I assume it's dad. That's why
Oh,
the
okay.
leader now. But
Right.
I guess I don't remember they ever said that. So
Yeah, I'd have to relook, but I'm pretty sure I do remember
Yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, I think Ku. I think Ku's right. Because I remember it saying something about his dad too.
yeah. So basically, like I think the older people are the ones who follow like the dad, and then like I think a lot of the younger ones are the ones following Chisaki.
Or
Yeah.
the misfits, I guess. Yeah.
So
But yeah, so hopefully the next couple episodes are.
there's like what, maybe like 3 episodes left.
What?
It's a
Arc,
3.
I mean,
24
for
episodes? 25.
I mean, just for like this arc, like
Oh
or
yeah,
the halfway
if it,
mark.
if it follows the same pattern as all the other seasons, it usually goes like first few
12 or
episodes, like
13.
recap, and then build up, and then climax of like the first half, and then it dies
Yeah.
down. The second half starts.
Yeah.
So
Unless they actually change the format and actually continue on. But
Yeah.
I just have this feeling like that once after Chisaki leaves, like then they're gonna reset and then try to find him again in the second half.
This was episode 9, right?
yeah,
Okay, so the most seasons, what they probably have like between 2 or 3, like the next 2 or 3 episodes, there should be like kind of like the main fight for this. I don't know if the arc or maybe just kind of like the midpoint fight.
That's like
Yeah.
midpoint, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it should be coming up. Like there should be some pretty meaningful fights coming up pretty soon, Sasha. So hopefully
down
we'll
for
be able
that,
to
man.
talk about that, and then actually ones that actually have more impact where you feel like they could maybe die.
I don't think anyone's gonna die until like the end season.
Well, maybe it doesn't have to be death, but I'm saying like someone gets scarred or has a
Or
major
crippled.
impact. Like
Severely
you remember when actually crippled is actually a good comment, and not because to make light of cripples, but you remember when
Whoa, okay.
what's the guy's name with the calf muscles that let him go really fast?
Lita?
There you go, Lita. Remember
Yeah.
when his brother was in the hospital? I was like, damn, I felt for that. Like
Oh yeah.
that's the type of stuff I'm looking for out of this. And obviously it's a shonen, so there's not gonna be that much of it. But like that was one time I was genuinely concerned. I'm like, what is gonna happen to this guy? And then is Lita gonna get murdered? And then I want to feel that unpredictable nature of it. I don't want okay, here's another side battle with this guy. We're just gonna show off his quirk, and you can see how he struggled as a 14-year-old emo boy. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it would happen to Rocklock because I feel like he's fairly useless. I don't think he's made any showcasing for himself.
Wait, who?
wait, which one's Rocklock?
the guy with the dreads.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamaican guy.
Yeah,
The guy that just like
Sure.
throws cardboard.
like
Hey, I'm gonna
legit
throw this out, I
throws
got
a
extra
board,
platform.
locks it, and then just jumps off of it and then just calls it in. It's like, all right, dude, cool power.
He's not in the top 10, is he?
No, I think
highly
he's
doubt
just
it.
some random guy.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, God, I hope not. That's some weak top tier heroes.
This
If
guy
he's in the
has
top 10.
so much attitude too. He's like, man, fuck these kids. They're worthless. Haha, JK, you guys are pretty useful. Man, get your ass out here.
Right.
It's because he has a terrible quirk. He has to make himself feel better.
I mean, the name is pretty cool, but I mean, yeah, he's fucking useless, especially in this scenario.
Yeah.
Actually, though, what is he supposed to do?
He just jumps
black
from
bullets.
building to building. Yeah.
No, he's going black bullets with his rock plate that he carries with him at all times.
Yeah,
I don't know about that one, but I mean, I guess he could do it if he really wanted to.
Oh, he better do something because he's kind of useless as of right now.
I don't care if this
Okay.
guy does anything. I would rather him just die off, and we don't have to worry about his waste time on him.
Lockdown. Ken's quirk allows him to immobilize any non-living thing he's touched, stopping it in a fixed location in space.
He's actually useless.
Well, actually, though, if that's his description of his power, wouldn't he be good against the mimicry guy? Because all he has to do is touch the wall, and he can just stop him from.
This is
But
anything
currently-
non-living though.
Yeah, currently the wall's living though,
I guess
or at least
that's-
he's controlling the wall. I'm not sure. I don't know. He's a part of it.
He literally is the wall.
Yeah.
I guess, but no, because even then, Eraser was like, I have to see this guy for me to be able to stop his ability. So
Yeah.
unless he's like physically there in that wall, it's not really considered living. I think he's altering the walls, but he's not really like making the wall a living thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'm excited for Lemillion. I really want to see him do stuff.
I still don't care about him. So
Bro, come on,
I just
man.
never care about this guy.
I'm sure when this guy
He's
finally fights,
legit. He was contested for the one for all, dude. Come on.
he's legit the face of.
But, like we
Fallout.
only see them like through like Sun Eater's backstory. So
So
I mean, we did see him like legit 1v12 the entire like first years.
so
he did take them all out.
if he
Listen,
does
guys.
something cool like in a fight, then I'll change my mind. But so far, like just not really
Dude.
interested.
You know what happened in these next few episodes.
I'm
I
pretty sure
agree
this
with
man is
guy
about
back.
to hype you up.
Oh yeah, I
Which
didn't
guy's
see that.
that?
Oh yeah, wind guy.
Oh
That guy
yeah,
was way more
Rock-
He's
cool.
been gone for so long. Yeah. Wait,
Dude,
shouldn't
that
he be like in the same classes as Bakugo and
No,
Todoroki?
he was in a
Like,
different school.
They're all in different schools.
Yeah, but I thought they all had to take like the same exam though, or like where the hell had to like,
They
be
had
in
to
the
take a
same group
hero
for it.
exam, but that's different.
Yeah, I do remember that. Okay, well, never mind.
Maybe next season.
That guy is awesome
I guess.
though. But I don't think I have anything left. I'm
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be it for Academia.
next week another big fight.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Oh
Possibly.
And-
yeah.
looks like fucking Peter is gonna ditch us again. So we're just gonna have to
Yeah.
go to One Piece. Sasha all by himself.
I got you guys. All right, welcome to your One Piece rundown with solo host Sasha Mugiwara. Okay, so I gotta say, this is probably, man, I cannot remember the last time a One Piece episode was this well done. So basically, you can tell the animation was stepped up. Luffy. So just to give you guys who are not One Piece fans, basically every arc follows a very similar formula. You have Luffy with a certain amount of crew members. The crews kind of get split up to do different tasks. You have the head honcho, and then he has his underlings. He or she has their underlings. And basically, the arc is about like helping someone from the area they're visiting. It could be like a villager or someone who has struggled and now has become a victim of the corruption and tyranny that a certain person has kind of started controlling the city with. And so it's really about like Luffy connecting with these people and then coming back, and they join his cause to become the Pirate King. And it can really drag on in an arc where basically the point in time for when Luffy gets to this location and then finally fights the main villain, it takes quite a long time. However, we are maybe, I don't know how many episodes, I'm not going to guess, but it seemed like they were just getting the plan together, and that's where this arc is heading. And now the assumption is Luffy's crew members are dead, and Kaido, who is the main villain of this arc, is just roaming around. And what happens is, because Luffy is so emotional, he just jumps up in the sky above this guy's head. Oh, elephant gun! Boom! Knocks him down to the ground, and we have an epic fight on our hands, which I'm shocked by, because typically, like I said, the One Piece, this is going against the traditional One Piece route, which is interesting because Peter mentioned in an earlier episode, how do we know Luffy is strong enough to even take on Kaido? But so far, he's been holding his own. And I think the next episode is also going to be a continuation of the fight. So not much to say other than a very, very well-drawn, animated, epic episode that just, this is why you love One Piece. This is going definitely like in the top 10 moments of One Piece. I think if done right in the next episode, this is up there. But I will say this episode caught me off guard. because of how damn good it was.
If only Peter was here to bounce back.
Oh, he would have loved it too.
God damn, Peter.
It's okay, Sash. Give me like 3 to 4 months and I'll be right there with you.
Oh yeah, where are you at, man? Which episode?
Episode 40, man.
40.
Yeah, and they're at
Yeah,
what?
man.
So 9 something right now.
Hey man, if I watch at least 10 episodes a day, I'll catch up
You're not gonna
around.
watch 10 episodes a day, Brian.
That's kind of hard to do.
I
there's
got
a
you,
will.
bro. I believe.
There's a way. Thanks, man.
Stay-
At least
stay
you
hard.
believe in me.
That's right.
I have no faith in you.
If you're still alive
What
after
the
900
fuck?
episodes,
I fucking hate
I'd
you.
rather
You
have
had
your
your
faith
back
somewhere
on?
else, man.
I'm gonna start taking bets for you not being able to, and then
That's messed up, man.
So wait, Sash, how long do arcs usually last? Is it like a year
Oh
or?
god.
So yeah, sometimes it's a year and a half. The problem with One Piece is not much filler, but they drag out arcs. Like there's even a fan version of One Piece called One Pace, where basically they edit all the arcs so they go much more quickly and a lot smoother. Because a lot of what One Piece does to drag out episodes is, for example, like a character will say something and then they pan to each character's reactions, and you're like, what was the point of that? So
Yeah, a buddy of mine was telling me about it. Is that worth watching instead, or?
So here's the deal. I don't know. I've heard One Piece, they did the arcs in a order, or at least I think they were working backwards. So basically, they would start with the most recent arc and then go back from there. It's not like they went all the way to the beginning and then changed up the original arcs. So I don't know, honestly. I think the best way to watch it, having watched pretty much the majority of it, is to watch very specific arcs and then read the manga for other ones, because there are some arcs that are just terrible, like a ring long or something like that. Like that's a really bad arc. And there's some arcs where literally I kind of like put the episodes on 1.5 to just get through them, because I'm like, okay, what's the
Oh,
point of
God.
this? So as good as One Piece is, I think some of the earlier arcs I just couldn't get into. And I'm not saying like episode 49. I'm saying like when you get to the 100. But then it's like after those arcs, there's a major payoff, because that's when we get to some of the most epic One Piece moments. So it's I think people give you different answers, but my suggestion is give me if you can I'll look up the arcs. I'll tell you which ones are must watch, and I'll tell you which ones in my opinion you can either forego or just read the manga version of.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha,
Because yeah,
I was just, do you still like Naruto better than One Piece?
Naruto better than One Piece. I will say this: I think Naruto, out of the former big three with Bleach, started off the fastest, and it got into the story. I think Naruto just hits me more from an emotional perspective, and it's more consistent. Now, if you get rid of all the filler, I would say Naruto wins for me, hands down. But because Naruto was bogged down with all the filler, and then Shippuden had a lot of the same problems where they would just drag out arcs, I'd say they're almost like even if you take all their flaws into consideration. But Naruto, for me, like its peak is much higher than One Piece's.
Oh, okay. Because
I was
this is
gonna-
it's just
I was
interesting
gonna
because Naruto is like way more popular overseas, whereas like Japan, like One Piece is still like the king.
Yeah, I think part of the problem there is the art style. Like I thought it looked too weird and too goofy. And that's the same kind of thought process that's in a lot of my classrooms, where I ask kids like, "Oh, which do you prefer?" And they're like, "Naruto." They just love it. And then One Piece is just like, yeah, whatever.
What is that?
Basically.
But I was gonna comment like earlier back, like when you were talking about the pacing, like I also don't think it helps that I've heard from other people before that the anime is catching up to the manga as well.
That's
So
what
they have
Peter
to-
says too. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have to like so they're slowing it down even more so than before, or I don't know if it's been like the same, or if it's just worse now because like they're finally catching up to it.
I would say since the time skip, it definitely got a little bit worse. I know, like in the Dressrosa arc and the Fishman Island arc, those felt really long, although they both had quality moments in them. But this, I will say, for this particular season, it has been a wonderful change of pace, where I barely feel that, oh gosh, like why didn't more happen during this episode? So the arc before it, though, ooh, that was. I think they ruined one of the best stories because Sanji gets a whole plot to himself. You figure out what he's struggling with and his family issues, and it's so well done in terms of the story itself and well written, but the anime just butchered it because they focus so much on these completely unnecessary parts. Like, for example, I think I've mentioned this before, but there's a part of the episode where a few of the crew members are in a forest and they're being tricked which way to go. That was stretched out over, I want to say, like 10 to 20 episodes where
Holy shit.
literally part of the
God.
focus is just, and it was really bad. Like, it was one of the most annoying parts of the show I've ever seen.
How long was it in the manga?
It was really brief, honestly. It was nowhere near as long. I remember reading, that's the entire arc in the manga, and I remember thinking like, wow, this went over pretty quickly. And then the anime, it's like they're still in the forest.
Oh, God.
So yeah, this, thankfully, with this new art director, the animation has been extremely on point, especially this last episode. The budget was through the roof, and the pacing, at least from my perspective, I haven't read the manga for this arc, but the pacing has been wonderful. At least a wonderful change compared to what we've had in the past.
All right, nice.
Yeah, so One Piece 914, phenomenal, orgasmic episode, 10 out of 10, would watch again.
Well, that's good. Good to hear.
Yes.
All right, we just need Peter to come in here to make this.
Peter,
Orange.
I challenge you to show up to next week's episode, or else you're gonna lose all your hair. All right, thanks.
Ooh, you might want to come in, sir. You do not look good bald. I can imagine
What?
that.
Jeez.
A lot of people tell me he looked like a bowling ball.
Seems legit. Peter, you better come here before you look like a bowling ball, sir.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
that's gonna be it for One Piece. And should we move on to Vinland Saga next?
Yeah, go
Sure,
for it.
that's fine.
Okay, so we'll move on Vinland Saga, just me and Brian.
Oh, dude.
How do you feel about Aslad?
This man is just a legend. He's actually just a legend. This dude.
I think we can just say he's gotta go down as like one of the most like recognizable like characters, not just from the show, but just like anime and manga in general.
Hell yeah, fucking this guy. All right, this guy is he legit is a kid to a slave, and like I don't know what his dad was, like a chief of a village or some shit.
They mentioned this like before how like basically like when they raid Wales, and his dad took his mom as a slave.
Yeah, so like he's a kid of a slave, and this one guy that's just screwing every chick he sees, and he's like, man, fuck my dad, I don't like him. And as he gets his name Askeladd because he's just constantly working in place of his mother because she's sick and can't work.
Yeah.
So, and he's like always working with like horse manure or like in blacksmith areas, and then he's just covered in ash, which is what his name means. And then he's working for him, and this one day, his mom is just like actually just going insane and walks around, and like she talks about this story of like this hero. What was his name?
I
Like,
should
Artemis or some
let me
shit.
mention real quick too, Brian. So basically like the I don't know the full story, but like the hero of the general artist, that's basically like the origin story of King Arthur legend. Like that King Arthur is modeled after, because the general, he did exist in real life, but the legend of King Arthur was modeled after him.
Oh,
Nah, man, King Arthur was a faker in order.
Yes, he was also a chick.
Agreed.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
that's where. So that's I was gonna mention that earlier in this show, but I forgot. But yeah, that's
pretty cool. But his mom pretty much loses her mind, thinks that Askeladd's father is like the hero coming back, and then this dude is just like, this chick is crazy, I'm just gonna fucking kill her. About to kill her, and this man Askeladd just comes out of nowhere, left field with a sword in his hand, just blocks it, parries, and then dude has never picked up a sword before in his life and is legit just standing toe to toe with this guy. And it's like, dude, this man's a grown man, and just this kid is just holding off. It's like, damn, this is pretty dope. But Asuka gets disarmed, and then has a sword to his throat, and then Olaf, his dad, asked, "Is this chick your mother?" He's like, "Yeah." Am I your father? He's like, "Yeah." At that point, the dad's like, "Huh, you have potential. You're gonna live in the barracks with me now." It's like, all right, just like that. This is just picks up a slave kid and says, "Hey, you're with me now." So and then he lives with his half brothers and trains, and later just fucking just straight up just kills his dad because he just didn't like the dude. He says, "Hey, you're dead," and framed one of his half brothers that wasn't in good blood with the dad, and just said, "Hey, he did it. I didn't do it," and it just gets away with it. It's
So
like,
like that's yeah. It's really interesting how like I mean we always known how much he hated the Vikings just because he was like the bastard, basically a bastard child of like, and like his mom is like treated horribly, but like then this really just goes into like this gives more weight into why he hates Vikings so much. And then this whole thing about like framing his brother too, like that's just he was already at a young age, like just being smart about how to take control of the situation.
This kid's like 13 or 14 when he killed his dad, by the way.
Yeah.
Like early
and then,
teen years.
And the whole backstory too comes from because it's the duel of Thorfinn. He's like, let me tell you how to kill someone you hate.
Yeah, because this kid Thorfinn is so fucking stupid. I don't know how many duels they've had, but it must have been like it's at least over 10 at this point, and every single time.
This one was just really dumb because he's still injured from his right arm. Like he knows that he shouldn't be able to win this, but like you're just so triggered, like just from everything so far. Just like
I'm starting to really hate this character of Thorfinn, dude.
I hope this is like the last time you see this behavior. I think at the end of the episode when he starts crying out or whatever, I think maybe now he finally learned his lesson.
It's about damn time, dude. Like this kid just constantly just gets so triggered and tilted to the point where he just loses all mental and just goes ape shit and just loses everything.
I think like just like all the other episodes where he was having that dream about like when he had that dream about his dad, like asking him why do you keep doing this, and then like just little hints in there. I think now he finally hit the point where he's finally starting to question like what he's doing. I think he's hopefully gonna turn around.
Yeah, here's still hoping, man. Because right now I just hate this fucking character.
I don't hate him as much, but like I'm way more interested in Aslad, and that's why I'm really worried that he's just gonna die at the end. Like that, if like somehow like the plan to kill like the king like doesn't go well, that like he's just gonna. I think they know that he's like the strongest person on Knut's side, so I think he's just gonna target Aslad.
I also like the part where like Thorkel and Knut. Thorkel's like placing bets, but like I bet 10 silver and Askeladd. And Knut's over here be like, well, I mean, Thorfinn did beat you in a duel, and Thorkel just gets fucking triggered. He's like, hold up here. There's no way I'm the weakest one out of the three here. Okay? You need to check yourself. I was like, all right. Yeah, he has a point. But yeah.
Oh, and then I was mention too how Asai was like whether it's Artorias or Ragnarok or or Jesus himself, someone like no one's coming, so you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, that was just
that's also like goes back into how earlier because this is 1014 and Christians thought that the world was gonna end in the year 1000, and then it didn't. So then they assumed, oh, it must be like when Jesus died. Is this gonna be 1,000 years after Jesus dies? Is when the world's gonna end. So that's kind of where the idea too around this time period of the apocalypse soon, or
yeah.
And then if you're a Christian in like England and you're constantly raided by the Vikings, it's something you kind of believe that your soul will be saved.
It's okay, man. We've lived through that too. What was that, 2000 and like 2012 or some shit? Everyone thought the world was ending.
It did end, sir.
It definitely ended.
But and then I don't think they show anything in the previews, but
I don't think they ever do previews for Vinland
Oh,
Saga.
previews?
I haven't
Okay,
seen
yeah.
one yet. So
okay, I'm just trying to think like basically like so after this all this dueling and like the backstory, I think they're gonna go back to the actual story of like because I think that'd be going to the meeting with the king.
yeah.
And yeah, they gotta decide. He's gotta decide what he's gonna do with Canute. And so, and the thing is, I think there's 2 more episodes left, 2 or 3. So, something's big's gonna happen like with these meetings.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like this, I was gonna say, this second half has been like so much more exciting. Like even though the series has been really good, first half, like second half, just like it's been really good.
Yeah. It's picked up a long ways. What?
How many episodes are left?
2.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's either 24 or 20 episodes.
Yeah. So
I really
Yeah.
want to read the manga.
I feel like with
You don't wanna be
its
a ruiner.
popularity, this should be like a second season announcement. At least I hope so.
I hope so, but we'll see.
I mean, its popularity and rank for the anime itself on anime list is pretty high.
It's more popular like overseas and in Japan, but I think that doesn't really matter much because Amazon was the one who brought it over. So
Oh yeah, I guess.
we'll see.
yeah.
Oh, also, that's the thing too. This is the Attack on Titan studio, so I don't know like what they're gonna do like next. Like, if they're gonna be busy with like Attack on Titan season 4 or what else they're doing. So
Well, if anything, hopefully this is what I think hopefully they do. They finish Attack on Titan next couple seasons and then go back to Vinland Saga.
Oh, they're not finished yet, sir. There's no way they're going to finish.
they also, I think there's still like another
What? I'm
Iron-
pretty sure.
Iron of the
What?
Cavernary thing they're doing.
Oh my
Iron
god!
Fortress.
I don't know about that show because I fucking hate that show. I actually hate that
What?
fucking show.
Why?
I don't know what it is. It might be the
You-
main character. So it's been so long since I watched this show, but all I know is while I was watching it, I
You don't
fucking
like
hated that show.
you don't like zombies on trains.
I was
what
like,
show?
this is
What are you
just
talking
a fucking Iron Fortress.
Oh, fucking.
I fucking hated that show for some reason. I was like, I don't know why, but I fucking hate it.
Did you
It
finish it
actually
or
wasn't
no?
that bad.
Yeah, I finished it. I was
Oh,
like,
did
yo,
you-
what the fuck's this?
Did you watch the movie?
No, I didn't watch the movie.
Movie was good.
That sounded
Okay.
like a question.
Okay, so I didn't know they were still doing it or not, but
Better than Attack on Titan.
no.
Okay, dude.
Okay.
Let's calm the fuck down. All
Oh,
right.
Shots fired.
I'm breaking up.
Oh yeah. Fucking-
I think that's gonna be it for Vinland Saga.
Listen, man. Don't talk like that. I don't need that in my life. But a show that I actually need to end though is Sword Art.
Agreed.
Not
That
gonna
being
lie.
said,
Just go
Which
straight to Sword Art.
Which I think the light novels are still going on even after the Alicization arc.
I bet they are. There's still seems to be a
Fucking
following when people
Christ.
love this show.
This
Oh.
episode wasn't that bad. All right, it's getting better.
So
Bro,
like, I just want-
like, come on,
Okay,
man.
just
You're just
because-
have an episode where these girls are legit just having a foursome just to talk about Kirito. Like, calm down.
It's
boy.
fucking Kirito we're talking about, all right?
Hey,
Peter
calm
would agree with me.
down.
Peter would agree with me if he was here.
Thank God he's not.
okay, there's two things. There's two things I want to say. Is first of all, like, I'm actually getting more interested now that Austin is in here because
Oh my
I finally have
God.
someone I care about. But second of all, there's fucking people on Reddit. Like, there's people saying that it's not romantic love, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys smoking?
So what do they consider this?
Like people keep trying
Mutual
to say,
respect.
people trying to say like that Alice loves like
Disrespect with tongue in
Kirito
the
as a
mouth.
friend.
What?
That's
She
what-
legit
that's
she
all
legit
cares about.
try to kiss this man.
Yeah,
while
no,
he was
that's
just
why. That's why I keep
unconscious.
saying. But
Yeah, when he's in his vegetable state.
like, these people on Reddit, like, I don't know
Wait,
what the hell. Like, the people like trying to say it's not romantic, whatever.
they've done
like,
it before.
like I don't get what.
It's a kiss of respect, sir. Kiss
Yeah.
of respect.
You know they've
didn't
done it
do
before.
So that's all I want to say. It's just I never want to hear Reddit's opinion on Sword Art ever again.
What I thought was really weird was how they brought out his instructor from the academy out of nowhere just
Yeah.
to be part of the foursome.
So, like,
Just to
when
be
he-
there.
Was that ever was that ever said, or is that
No, they've never
or-
shown her until now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. She was in the academy because she did have that fight against the first seed.
That blonde dude, right?
Right.
Wait, was that in the
Um,
first season, or?
Oh, yeah.
That was in the
Yep.
first.
Okay, I don't remember that at all.
Because it was trash.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Continue.
No. All right. First off, all right, that actually made sense. All right, I actually liked the beginning of Alicization, but
Yeah.
after they broke the rules and the 2 pages almost got raped, that's when it kind of went downhill, right?
Yeah.
But the whole schooling arc and the whole trying to build up to be a strong knight to rescue Alice, I think it was actually really well done.
And
But
then
to not show her from that point on, from graduation to now, it made absolutely no sense. And then all of a sudden, she knows where Kirito is apparently, and she's just out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck? This teacher just comes out of fucking nowhere. I physically just got so shook. I was like, where did you come from? I didn't even know you were
Hey
here.
man, the Sword Art creator loves his women.
I was
I
like,
guess
bro.
so. At least with
this-
that page girl, like, made sense, right? Like, that was her mentor,
Wait, Page Girl. What?
right? The little girl in training.
Dude,
Oh,
like
right.
she's
Yeah,
just so she's just so useless. Like, why are you even bother still having her here? Like,
Hey, you gotta have someone for all
protect
ages.
Kirito in times
Right.
of need.
using
dude.
what? Like, she
Has to
can't
say
Using
do
her
anything.
little dagger.
Can't do anything.
Hey man, she alerted that the camp was under attack by that
Oh, yeah.
assassin dude, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's the one
She
thing
didn't get
did.
one shotted. Hey,
Yeah,
she didn't
she
get one
was
shot
lucky.
like other knights.
She was so
Yeah,
lucky she didn't die there.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
Senpai, hell, what?
Okay.
Senpai, where?
All right. Question for you, David. Just because Asuna has shown up, why does it make you more excited? Based on this
Well,
episode, what
Because
has
she's
she
a
done?
real person.
Well, one, like she comes up with a super account, so.
Oh yeah, and how do those
So-
rules apply? How's she Allison gonna get a super account? It seems like there's no protection on any of these super accounts. That's just basically it's like, nah, we
No,
don't.
I'm just saying,
No,
like,
no.
So
This
we
one they
know
actually
like
showed.
we know she's gonna be powerful, so like, so we're gonna have badass fights from her, and then I don't know,
Or
like,
she can basically build the Grand or make the Grand Canyon from her mind.
No, only 1 or 2 more times apparently.
Oh,
and,
yes.
and also like
She knows she
because
can push her limits and go past
because
that.
she's like like human, she's like the bridge between like the Alicization world, like the virtual world, and like the real world. When she figures out that like there's like a mole and like wrath, it's like, okay, like we're starting to
That's so
finally connect.
stupid.
It was dumb. Like we're starting to finally like connect the two things, and they're starting to stop being separate. So I can finally like get an
I mean,
overall picture of everything's
Basically,
going on.
the thought process of the anime, like you might as well may have like seen like she's been there the entire time. Like she like everything just kind of connected like with no hesitation. I was like, wait, like I didn't even know what was going on.
Although like I
thought
was kind of disappointed they didn't go to the states yet. Like, I was interested if they really want to treat her as a god, like a goddess. but-
disappointed in Sword Art. No,
I was
Yeah.
fairly disappointed, shockingly. Yeah, she didn't really roleplay, right? She just hopped in and
She just
tried
like
to-
said it like, oh no, I'm human like you guys, and I'm also from the outside world. It's
Yeah.
like
she just overloaded them. It's like, how does that even make sense?
she did the opposite rule of the isekai. Like you're not supposed to tell people like you're different. You're supposed to
yeah,
make
man.
them
You gotta be
believe
like
you're part of
Superman.
them.
Have a curse. You can't be reviving.
And then did you also laugh at the fact that she mentioned, oh no, the super accounts for the dark territory wasn't locked?
I did.
Like, no shit. You guys just realized this now?
Oh,
Holy
God.
fuck.
But, like I like how there was like none of that like because like the was it like episodes long time ago where that with the guy with the glasses where it's just like where he has like that thought about super accounts. It's like nah, it's probably nothing.
Yeah.
And then like I'm just like thinking, oh god, and they like did the whole thing where she's just like, what, the super accounts didn't have passwords,
Mhm.
and like that doesn't seem to be like that big of a deal. She just lets it go. Like I love how they have security on this stuff.
So besides like the whole like stupid foursome at the end, it's like,
That was
why
stupid.
is she not flipping out more? She needs to flip out more at Alice, saying like I'm his wife. Like the heck the
Well,
fuck off.
Instead of basically going around it and just having like just stupid misunderstandings at the beginning, where like they just didn't say anything. We're like, how do you know Kirito?
Well,
And she like, doesn't
even
really say anything at the beginning, and then they just start fighting.
it's like it's that plus like the ending too. It's like just tell where like somehow like Alice like when she says like, oh, we've been here for 6 months while he was like
Oh,
you know a
God.
vegetable state. That's supposed to make it like more than
Can
Asuna
we all
being.
just agree that Kirito's fucked as soon as he wakes up when he goes back to the real world because all the secrets is about to be laid out right here.
Well, I mean, he didn't do
I mean, it's
anything.
not like Asuna
Not that we
doing-
saw. Not that we saw.
I mean,
sir.
I guess.
Like
Right.
Asuna has to deal with this shit so many times, and she just doesn't say anything to Kirito about it. She
I
just
mean,
lets him
wasn't-
get away with it.
Wasn't she like watching because wherever room they were in, weren't they able to like watch Kirito like with like like what he was doing with all this stuff? But then at some point they just couldn't track him.
I don't remember,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the specifics of it, but I
Okay.
don't.
but like I'm
Yeah,
just,
they-
I'm just
they kinda
saying for
lack of specifics in
I'm
the
just saying
show.
for Ku. Like Ku says like Kirito's getting fucked. It's like Asuna just lets him get away with everything. So
Yeah, I don't know.
No, this is before all the involvements that they've had together, right? So
I don't know. What for me, like Asuna was like never my favorite. So like when she dropped in, like it really didn't like raise my hype meter. If anything, I'm just like,
She's
it's just
still-
she comes
she's-
in as like
the only one I care about show.
I don't know. She jumps in with like the Pontifex abilities. I was like, okay, whatever. Like when you have like other people, like the villains with like the super user accounts or whatever the hell they are, like with no passwords. It's just like, okay, just do whatever the hell you want.
I hope Sinon makes a comeback somehow.
I
Well,
doubt it.
the LP they show like the scene of like all the people killing fairies.
Yeah,
So
they all flood in again, just like the
I
movie.
assume like Yui's got hack in something and like they can connect from
Pull
there or something.
Oh,
pull
I'm
something
sure.
out of their ass. No.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I swear, if this next episode is just them telling stories, I really hope they just skip it. Like the way that they left it, it's like, oh, let's all sit around and talk about our Kirito stories. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, no,
No, with
please,
the title,
no.
with the title for the next episode, it was like something about hopeless decision or something like that. I think something is about to go down next episode.
Okay, yeah, with one of the super users that got in with no password.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right. I mean, if Asuna can do that with one super account, imagine what the actual Yu-Gi-Oh guy or whatever, the dark god Vector can do.
Yeah,
Oh, Gabriel.
Gabriel, yeah, Gabriel.
yeah, we'll
That's
see
what
what the
right.
Yeah, we'll see what the creator decides like that person can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just don't care. Like whenever the show is like done, I'll be like, okay, we will stop it there.
You guys stop watching this after Alicization is over.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue hate watching.
God damn it, Sren.
I'm too far. It's
it's-
gone too far. It's like Black Clover.
Are you
It's a
still
drug.
watching that show?
I am indeed. I am caught up, and
What?
it is still
What?
awful.
You're not watching Black Clover, dude? Black Clover is amazing.
Don't
No,
listen.
are you watching Borutoku?
No, because that's trash.
Okay,
all right.
there we go.
I jumped that a long time ago too. Sad
Dude,
times.
like I was looking at where they are in the anime show. It's like
I
you
feel
guys have gone so far away from the manga.
yeah, so
it's
far away. You've gone back in time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like
Wait,
I saw that. I was
Is that time? Is that actually not not canon?
Nope.
yeah,
Yep,
it's
that's
hella
canon.
filler. They say it's anime canon, quote unquote anime canon. It's like all right, it's clearly
No,
filler.
I see
How
the
far
episode.
away from
I see the episode like title and like the clips on like Twitter and stuff. But I thought that was canon.
No, it is
That's
canon.
how-
It's
that's how
true
far-
canon.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
I didn't realize this
because-
whole stupid time because I thought when I first saw that on Twitter, I thought that was really dumb. I didn't realize this whole time was all filler.
Yeah,
So
that's why I quit the
no
show.
wonder it's so dumb.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore.
No, you guys have to watch the show to get it, right? Because this happened when Naruto went with Jiraiya for that 3 years of training before Shippuden. So this is all canon from the Naruto
Okay,
series.
dude.
Do you know how long
I
it took-
actually thought you were serious for a second, and then you said this. I was like, "There's no fucking way he's fucking serious."
I was gonna
This
say,
man
you know-
get the fuck out of here.
I was gonna say, did you know how long that took in the manga? 0 chapters.
Imagination is a dangerous weapon, sir. Just saying.
Yeah, I suppose, especially with people that have like they have like the power
Mhm.
and they want to make it their own, and they're just epically failing. But
Oh, we're gonna end it there. Whatever that was. We're gonna go to Dr. Stone. This is
fun times, man. I don't know what you're talking
last
about.
episode of the season.
Yes, rip.
Not
Until
rip,
they
yes.
I mean, I guess it's good news that they announced second season. It was a good. I think it was a good way to end the current season.
Well, it would have been terrible if they didn't announce that second season. That would have been
I mean,
absolutely terrible.
I mean, I was
Indeed.
expecting it. It's because you guys kept making me doubt myself.
Dave, I'm gonna make you doubt more in the future. Just letting you know.
It's all your damn fault.
Well, you made me negative.
Oh, okay.
Made me who I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it ended like fairly well for the time frame they had, I guess. I'm glad they finally showed Taiju and Yuzu, I guess.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, but I do not care about those characters.
I really don't care. It's
Because,
all
well,
about Kohaku and Senku, man.
Senku, yeah.
well, it's because like they were barely in like the first season, and then like they had to leave right away, and
I didn't
also
like
like
them anyway.
and it's like they like Taiju barely helped Senku in the beginning
Yeah.
parts with science.
He just
It
screams.
was really like when he went to like the village is when like the science started picking up, which is the main appeal of the show.
Yeah, but I mean that guy just reminds me too much of Asta. And it's just like when you just hear the guy when he's just talking, he's just constantly screaming, and I just feel exhausted. Like I need to go take a nap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do anyone else think that it's kind of stupid how he was actually part of the village and he was fine? Like, why would Tsukasa let him join the village? I
He's
don't get
just strong in general. That's why.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, I don't think Tsukasa even like really cares. I think he also knows like he can take him because he knows that he doesn't like actually fight people. He basically is just like he's like the Red Riot, where he just sits there and just takes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
I
At
just
least,
say
at least
wait,
he's
wait,
useful.
he can fight people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he doesn't though.
Yeah, that's his choice.
Yeah.
He's just
Red
a
Riot. You can't compare the Red Riot because he actually has the ability to like. He's literally the strongest person
All right, true, man.
in
True.
the stone world.
Yep.
I don't know where that comparison to Red Riot comes from.
Okay.
Always here to call you out, Sren. My pleasure.
Dude, it was like the last episode. He's like, "Well, I could block all the attacks," and that's where I was referencing it from. Like, I know Red Riot can do more, but it was just from like the last.
No,
episode.
I'm saying that like, why are you reference? Like,
What you kind of
like, that's what I was saying. Like, no, because Red Riot like he can't do more because he's limited by his powers.
Red Riot. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, whereas Tsukasa is the strongest person in the
Oh
stone
no,
world.
I'm not talking about him.
No,
I'm
he
talking
wasn't
about,
talking about Tsukasa.
I was talking
Yeah,
about
no,
the. Yeah.
Oh,
Taiji.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Tsukasa.
Oh no, that guy's a prick. No, that's like what I'd see, like because like Tsukasa just knows like the guy's not going to do anything. I mean, you know, until now, like he thought Senku was dead.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like, I'm sure like they're going to play more of a part later on because like they said before that they're going to probably use them maybe as hostages.
Well, they have to now because they fucked
Yeah.
up. The spy heard him say, "Oh, Senku, we're still waiting for you."
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, of course it's Taiji that's ruined it. God, I fucking hate that guy.
I know
Well,
what you're
I
talking
mean,
about. I love him.
Hey.
Sure. You can love him for more
well,
episodes.
it's like so. Even besides that, like they had the other chick keeping watch on the village. So
Which I've kind of forgot about her. Like what has she been doing this entire time? Like
Keeping
she
watch.
sees them.
She's-
But she sees them do stuff.
She's just eating cotton candy, bro.
she's just there. She's the scout. Like
yeah,
not-
but
her only job is to watch and then probably send like
you-
a message, like a carrier pigeon message or something back to them.
you think that she would have said something at some point, like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you're making
that-
something I don't understand."
Right, I
She's
thought
not
she would've
doing her
done something
job
more.
right. She's
Right.
actually just admiring them. It's like, damn, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna join them.
I mean,
pretty soon here.
we haven't really seen her. Like they didn't show her like not like. I don't think we can assume she didn't do anything like.
But she didn't. She really didn't, though.
The pyro.
No, the what was
The
it?
pink chick.
Homura. Yeah, the pink hair chick. She really didn't do anything because if she really would have done something, like she would have sabotaged their plans to
Yeah,
make
she's
the
the
cell
pyro
phones.
girl. Yeah.
Right. But she didn't. All she did was just watch. Like she see
Yeah.
them making their phone, putting all these things together.
Well,
they went to the cave and
I
came back.
can see her changing sides though, just because
Yeah.
like cotton candy stuff. I can easily see her switching sides
Yeah.
of anybody that's like currently going on.
I mean, I guess she could have sabotaged, but I think they still like her main job is still just to watch.
And I think she also doesn't understand like what's going on, and the thing is, I don't think she can take on like their whole like. I think she could actually get beaten by was it Kinro, and the other guy.
I mean, just basically it's just Kohaku and Magma. It's the carries.
oh yeah. So basically, yeah, they have a bunch of people that can still fight her.
Mhm.
But the whole thing is like I think.
Well, that plus like Casa. I think they still think that Senku can make guns. So it's
Yeah.
like that's what they're mainly worried about. Is like
yeah.
because you have the katana
Mhm.
like hold wielders, and then they probably still think that they have guns.
Yeah. But the thing is, I also remember from a previous episode where they made her know that basically that they know she's watching them. So maybe they in a way like, she thinks like okay, like they wouldn't be
so then,
doing
like,
anything too major just because like
can't
she already
really-
knows.
You can't really fault her then for not sabotage because they're taking a more cautious approach.
Right.
And
that's true too.
because it's winter, so like they're already gonna invade, but like they just want to wait till spring comes.
Yeah, she's just been sleeping in
So
trees this
I
entire
think
time.
so it sounds like she's doing her job fine.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen her send any messages back to Casa, so
Right.
I don't think we can assume anything.
Yeah. And then we also with this episode we found out that they made a phone, but then we found out what they need to make another one.
So like that's the thing. It's like it was through a wired connection, wasn't it?
I thought so.
With the example, yes.
So like, how are they gonna do like the cell phone thing to are they gonna just gotta like have the wire like hidden and give like the phone to Taichu and Yuzu?
What if they pull out some Nikola Tesla stuff and they go wireless?
No, because they are already wireless, but they need the whole setup. They need the battery pack, they need the antenna, and then they need the microphone / receiver.
But like the communication, like so, was it like so the communication is with the tower, like that's wireless. But when they did like the end to end of like the two phones, that was through a wire, wasn't it? So
it was, yeah.
Yes.
Don't they have to? So isn't that gonna like be like, really limiting when they have to give it off to Taiju and Yuzu?
I have no idea what
with
they're
the
doing.
wires.
Like so many things.
I thought this whole thing was gonna be wireless, and that would have been fine. But if there's wires involved, that's gonna be tricky.
Everything they've been doing has just been blowing my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? Crystals with speakers? And I'm just like, go on, tell me more.
I mean,
so I have no idea, but I know like and then I thought that for some reason I thought they're like when they held it, like when Senku figured out like they had like a like that his dad left something behind. I was thinking it was gonna be something more than just a message.
Right.
Because I feel like they lost. Yeah, because I feel like they lost more time creating this record player just to hear like do your best type of like pump up speech. Even
though it's like I don't know, like because I don't know what you want them to carry on that can last like thousands of years. That's not a message.
Yeah. No, I mean I still had a tear. I still it still felt good. I love his dad. Quotes. But
I always just knew it was gonna be like more like sentimental or like stuff like just because you already have Senku for all the science stuff. So it's not like you don't really need to write anything down besides.
There's already been so many sentimental moments though. I feel like at this point they should at least have given him like some components to work with to make that second cell phone.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Senku already knows how to make the second cell phone.
No, I mean of course they do, but I was hoping there would be something more useful for them, right? Maybe that actual tower that you were talking about, like
but
maybe
there's that
spaceship.
But it wouldn't really last thousands of years, would it?
I mean, I don't know.
Probably not.
I'm not a chemist, so I'm not sure
I guess
long
I mean like the
metals last.
Like when you think about things like 3,700 years, you think like in our time, that's like 2,000 years back, and then another 1,000 years. That's even like past that's like way past the Greeks. That's like right at the edge of like the last Egyptian dynasties. The only thing that's lasted since then is like the pyramids.
But I was expecting them to like do something more than just like kind of like pep talk, where it's just like the village already like trusts him, and then so I mean I guess like in a way it's just like oh like they'll trust you after this. And it's just like dude, they already trusted you. I mean, so I guess it's just like for them it'd probably be even more mind blowing.
I guess yeah, in the context of the story, then yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of repetitive, but like practically, I guess thinking practically, it's like nothing really they could help out with besides
Unless the morale, there was really no point. But then again, like I said, I would have rather them leave an actual device or something that would actually help them progress through the next season.
But I'm just saying, like practically, it's like what would they leave behind?
Guys, we're forgetting about the song, man.
Everything would have been like the only thing you leave behind is just like is either like information or just like raw materials.
Yeah, but it's just like but the thing is like the whole point of it was like if they don't believe you or trust you now, listen to this song. I'm thinking oh god, and it was just.
I
Every
don't know.
time they do,
I really don't see what you guys are complaining about.
I hate it, man.
Just,
Every time they do the songs, I just cringe.
okay, besides like the song part, like I don't know. I don't really see what you guys are complaining about with this message thing. I thought it was fine.
They don't need more sentimental value episodes. They need something useful, something to help them progress, because they're still fairly behind in terms of firepower.
Yeah. And then I would just feel like the time that they took to make like this record player, it would have like set them back even more.
They didn't take that much time.
Well, yeah, they just basically skipped through everything for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, compared to making a cell phone, like, record player is pretty.
But that is the objective. This was a side story.
Side quests.
Side quest. There you go. But I mean, it was still cool to hear. Like I said, like I'm not like really hating on it completely because I still thought it was.
I just don't understand. Like, besides like a cool, I understand it's a cool point, but like how, yeah, we could have been more, but I don't think it took that long.
Well, I mean, they skipped through a lot of the stuff. I mean, I'm sure they're still gonna make it. Just they're gonna make it fine. Like if they're not gonna run out of time or anything.
They spent much longer on just the components of the cell phone, whereas
but
a record player you just had to just get the. You just basically had to make the needle and turn around.
Well, they had to make like the thing for that too. But the cell phone is like the original objective. This is just like how we said before. It's just like a side thing.
But I'm saying that like a cell phone is way harder to make than a record player.
Yeah, but the cell phone is also like what they're supposed to do. For
cell phone is what it took them months, whereas like a record player they did that less than a day.
See, well, that's because like in time, but like for how
I'm pretty sure they can make like Senku could make that in like less than a day.
Did you see how many damn things were a part of that thing? There's no
record player.
They had like a bunch of like not even just the needle, but there was like a bunch of other things they had to set up for it.
Yeah, they basically had to take apart the cotton candy machine for it, didn't they?
It's just for the gear.
It was
the gear, the shield. I mean, like I said, it didn't take that long, and it wasn't that extensive. There wasn't much extensive work to be done, but they did take apart some components from other machines that were needed to build Moore's another cell phone.
Yeah, but it's more like it was just something that they made that didn't really progress the story. It was just kind of like it was just like a pep talk.
Right.
I guess like in a way, like I'm saying this as well because we saw like his dad's backstory. Like we obviously Senku did not see it. So I mean, in a way, like it could probably maybe make Senku realize something more that he already kind of knew. I don't know. I mean, I still think it was still like a nice thing. I'm not hating on it. Besides like the story or the stupid song. I thought that was just stupid. But no, I mean, I still like the moment and everything. But I just mean like with like timeline wise on stuff where I thought like I was first like going into it thinking like, okay, he's gonna like tell them something else, but then at the same time, how would he know? This is thousands of years in the past. So it's just like I guess it would be really hard to plan for those things, but
he can plan
knew Senku was gonna be there.
Right. It's like, okay, so all your recordings was betting that Senku was gonna be there, and he was gonna go to that exact same village, find all these hints that he left behind in the 100 Tales. And would you know it? Oh, it's Senku. Listen to this.
Shonen magic.
Have the village rally behind you. It's like, okay.
Which I'm cool with all of it.
Lots of what ifs, right?
Yeah. There is a lot of what's if.
Yeah. But I'm still fine with all of it though. But I got nothing else.
All right, I think we're ending there for Dark Stone.
That was quite a bit, yeah. And then we'll give like our whole thoughts on the whole show in a future week. So.
Yeah, later. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes with like how we're depending on like how the season ends and if we have like a break between fall and winter.
Yeah.
But I mean, season 2, so that'll be exciting.
Yes, I'm very happy.
All right, we're gonna head over next to Fire Force.
Brian, your thoughts?
Oh, I had so much hope for Red Hair Chick, and then just apparently this dude just broke her down into absolutely nothing. Just like she's just broken. Like this man says one word and she's just on his case. It's like, all right, what the fuck did he do to you?
I wonder if this is a reference to domestic violence and abuse in real life relationships.
Probably like that's where like you like it's bad day, but like you have to, or you feel like you have to.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. This man, I like the captain though. This man is legit throwing fire extinguishers at her.
That was just a decoy.
That's funny. So this is fighting just with legit fire extinguishers.
I think the best part was when he took the train tracks, ran up to the guy, stuck it in the ground, climbed up the tracks as a ladder, and it did like a wrestling move flip on top of the other guy.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is
God
intense.
damn, this guy's
This is strong as fuck. This dude legit ripped railroad tracks out of the ground.
Dude, no powers, but damn, this guy's a beast, man. God damn. And then what was it? Vulcan's body armor with the penguin.
Dude, yo, that was pretty dope. I was like, damn, this dude's awesome.
His design leaves much to be desired, though. It reminded me of Chill Penguin from Mega Man. I don't know if you guys remember.
That's what I said when we were watching. So,
Oh yeah.
I said Chill Penguin.
Yeah, but no, but that when you look at it, it kind of makes sense, right? So I wonder if it was a reference to Mega Man.
And like, he wasn't like running just like a penguin, like flapping his arms around like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, but I think the fight scene between the the two people with no abilities versus the two super users, I think it was actually pretty close and pretty hype for the circumstance they were in. I didn't think that the other guy was going to get away though. The captain from the third.
Man, that guy always gets away.
Yeah,
So
I think
annoying.
Does I'm pretty sure like, Vulcan's at least a second gen user, is he? Or
no, I think he's just.
Oh,
does that no
I don't
power?
think the guy.
he
I don't
actually
think the guy
doesn't
has
have
any
any powers. He's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
a mechanical genius.
He just loves animals.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't know.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
penguin helmet.
Real quick, while you were gone, Trent, what'd you think
Yeah.
of Vulcan's penguin mask?
Dude, it was awesome. It reminded me of Mega Man.
There we go.
Yep, definitely thought of God, what's the
Chill Penguin?
Yep, Chill Penguin. I was like, I love this guy. Anybody that's like that likes animals that much, you know you're gonna be a good character.
You don't even
Oh,
like
that's right,
animals
yeah.
that much, Trent.
Dude, I love animals. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, he does have pets, so I guess he has a point there. We can't
Yes.
fault him for that.
Just because you have pets doesn't mean that you love animals.
Hey man,
Yeah, bro.
I take care of
Sometimes-
them better than I do myself.
So,
Oh jeez. Okay. I mean, I was going to say that I
sounds like a
can't
personal
stand
problem,
animals.
right?
Wait, what? My mic wasn't muted? You guys weren't supposed to hear that.
Oh, right.
Yep.
But yeah, I hate animals. I can't stand pets. So.
Jesus.
what the fuck, bro? You're literally watching a wrestling anime about a man trying to open up his own pet shop. Come on.
Yeah, because it's funny, right? I can't compare myself to him. I would never do that shit. So it's amusing to me
Jesus.
that someone else would.
Oh, you know what, Koo? I thought we were friends. You just dropped down in my ladder just for that comment.
Sorry, I'm about to climb back up that ladder and just jump on top of you, right? Like this captain did.
Uh,
Did you guys talk about Sho and Shinra?
no, we're both.
Not yet.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I actually thought it was a pretty cool fight. Like I don't know, characters that just don't have abilities, you always root for them, and just like how they did it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the resourcefulness of them was actually pretty well utilized. I think he
Yeah.
had like what smoke
Technology,
bombs
man.
or proximity smoke bombs that he just stuck on all tentacles and just basically blew the shit up out
Yeah,
of
I
all the
just-
tentacles.
Do you remember
I
what
just thought it
what
was
they
funny.
were,
Like,
David?
just what?
Do you remember what they were? Because I remember episodes ago they actually said like what those like when Vulcan made them, what they were, but I don't
I think
remember.
it was just like extinguisher grenades, so
Yeah.
that you wouldn't need a fire extinguisher. You
Oh,
just
okay.
throw
Gotcha,
the like
gotcha.
extinguisher grenade.
Well, I
It
also
works
thought it was
just as
funny,
well.
like when Captain he just actually like took out his fire extinguisher, because I think that's like one of the first times we see a fire extinguisher in this show, like about
yeah,
firefighting.
Actually,
It's like
yes.
wow, like an actual like firefighting tool. It's like
yeah.
put to use.
You think we would have seen those a few times by now?
Hell no.
Nope.
Well, I was kind of hoping they would like bring out like special fire extinguishers, because if you know anything about like these extinguishers, there's three different types for the three different types of fires.
I had no
Um,
idea. Please
so
explain
I was-
more.
No, that's for another podcast.
Oh.
But basically, there's three different
Wait, leave me
classifications, right?
hanging.
There's electrical fires, liquid fires, and then like wood fires. Basically, one requires oxygen, one requires something else as fuel. Blah blah blah. Too much science.
There's never too much science, Koo.
But I was hoping that they would bring out like a special fire extinguisher that works specifically for like people with pyro power powers.
You know, Vulcan's working on something.
Yeah, I mean the smoke grenades help, but I was hoping you would
Well,
bring
I
something
was,
else too.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say too, like all of the people's fire abilities. They're all based on like just fire itself.
Yeah,
Like so, everything has to be related to like some sort of like property of fire.
David, that was the first showing of actual fire stuff, man. It's what you first thought the show was going to be about, yo.
Yeah,
So useful.
But
but I mean the main thing was just like basically the fight scene Shinra and Show.
yep, and you know that's it's just kind of like a teaser for I assume
And
the
then
next episode.
and then well, no, I say the thing that like who was talking about where they go so fast that like of course normal people can't see, and then they slow it down for us. Like that exact same thing just happens.
Oh
in
yeah.
this fight.
So Dragon Ball logic comes in again.
Basically, yeah.
They were moving. So in the beginning, we couldn't decide if they were it was an actual power that allows them to freeze time or blink through time, or if it was just an example of moving so fast that we can't see it because we don't have that perception
yeah.
yet.
do we
Yeah.
do we know yet or no?
I think
Yes.
it's two
Okay.
cases,
Right.
right? Because
So
there's
the
one
first-
case where legit just moving fast as fuck.
Yep. So the first case is in a perception of just moving too fast, so you can't catch up. Kind of like how Victor, the scientist,
Yeah.
he couldn't see him going through moving and doing all those like fight scenes, but then the animation slows down for us so we can see it,
Right.
actually what they're doing. And then the second example is Sho creating his own, like expanding his own universe or creating his own universe, whatever. So he's like way ahead in terms of speed or relative to time compared to Shinra. So that's why Shinra can never catch up to him.
Yeah.
So I thought that was insane, and I have no idea what
Yeah.
that possibly entail because Dragon Ball doesn't go through that. So
No, Dragon Ball is always about just like the physical speed.
right.
So I'll be interested to see how they explain that next episode. Like
Yeah.
that's not. I don't know. The author has it in him to explain like space-time relativity.
Like I like how when Shinra first got like his speed boost, we're like, all right, well now he's gonna be caught up, and then we find out I was like, nah, you still got a ways to go, bro.
It's not in my final form. Let me show you.
Yep. So I have, oh god. So how do you guys think the fight's gonna play out?
Well,
know.
judging from the title for the next episode, Shinra is going to somehow catch up due to the willpower of him being an older brother.
I think
Or-
the
Or do
only
you think
like
it's gonna be one of those like where he has like a demonic thing in him.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's gonna be. It's probably like the only other thing he has left is just his Aldola burst, and like maybe somehow he'll connect with Show and like stop him that way. I don't
Connect or
see
catch
how
up?
else. Like I don't see like how else they can like give him another power up.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, if they do somehow connect, maybe he'll actually see what Show's doing, and he can learn from that, and basically just, you know, in a sense, catch up to him in that way.
I don't know if you can like copy people's powers like that, but
I mean, but can
I
you even do
mean-
anything that they're saying right now?
I mean, with Stern's point, I think it actually makes sense because he picked up the whole like hand signaling to produce a faster burst of flames from your feet. He picked that up fairly quickly, and I think with the whole connecting with Shinra to kind of show him what he was referring to, maybe through all the explanations and whatnot and experiencing the different universe, maybe he'll pick up how to use that too.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he'll go Super Saiyan and just parallel universe.
All I know is like the next episodes are gonna be so
Should be
good.
pretty hype, yeah.
They're gonna be so good. Animation wise, no idea about story wise, but
And I'm pretty sure Victor is
Hope
going
for
to
the
try to
best.
explain it exactly
Yeah.
what happened.
or they're gonna try. They'll explain it better. I'm sure. Like already, like they're explaining things a lot better than Sword Art. So I applaud Fire Force.
Yeah. I hope they do a good explanation next week.
Yep. I'm good to go. I am ready for next week.
so to be it for Fire Force, and then to move on to Shokugeki.
Oh man,
Oh,
saving
my favorite show.
Saving the best for last.
It's literally the entire like next episode now. It's just that.
It's gonna be some. Yeah,
Holy-
it's gonna be.
All right, first things first. I'm just gonna say that right fucking now. Whatever the fuck Bland dude's name. What's his name? Her dad.
Nakiri? I don't know.
Whatever.
Naki is the last name. I think it's Azami is his first
Yeah,
name.
sure. His quote unquote gifting ability that he got from marrying into the family.
I know,
which is a
right?
stupid ass concept of you gaining a power just because you marry into the family. So I'm thinking it should just be blood related, but okay.
Probably, yeah.
Marry into a fucking OP family, you get their fucking superpowers. His gifting ability of just stripping clothes, absolutely stupid. I like the OG Granddad's better, where he just goes Super Saiyan and loses all of his clothes, because that's way better than this shit. Holy fuck. I hate this guy so fucking much.
All I gotta say, if I had that ability, I'd be eating out a lot more, and basically like, you're gonna get it.
All right. The true degenerate shows up. I see.
You basically just sit. You just you pick a table. You sit down. You look around, and it's like, okay, you just find some of the individuals. Well, actually, it's random, isn't it?
No, he chooses. He can choose, but then he can control himself, so it was just whoever was around him.
So basically, he just decides to just blow up all the chicks' clothes, and then there's some dudes.
There's some dudes in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
But, so you are the reason why God won't give us these powers. I'm just telling you, because He knows you would abuse them.
All right. Wait, so you're telling me if you guys had it, like, you wouldn't just, if you just want, you wouldn't be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and eat. You sit down, you kind of just look around. It's like, okay, you see some people. I was like, all right, I'm gonna order like the best Sonic thing in the world, and then stuff happens.
You know what I would do? I would say that for my significant other and blow her mind. Right? That's what I would.
I would legit.
Boring.
Okay.
Okay,
that
sir.
power. The only reason why I'd want that kind of power is just to see reactions. Other than that, I could give two fucks.
Sure, man. Whatever you say.
Power.
Okay. You sound like
Brian,
David.
You're also the reason why I can have nice powers.
Honestly, care less. It's like, I'd rather just be so absolutely mind blown by this food and just my own clothes just falling off. People are like, "Yo, what the fuck's wrong with this?" I'd be like, "This food's good as fuck." What do you mean?
If I had the old man's power in my current state, I'd be so scared to leave the house.
Exactly, bro. What? Why would you go out and enjoy yourself and also just lose your clothes?
But on a serious note,
the entire restaurant.
Yeah, but on a serious note, like these abilities I have, stupid shit in the world.
It's
like it's basically they just threw this in to give like more reasoning, like why like her dad is all of a sudden like one of the judges, like, and it's just like I mean,
so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a reason for fan service.
There's I mean, it's one thing.
There's fan service in it regardless.
Well, no, it's one thing being about fan service, but this is so blatantly like it's just.
Well, the whole thing is because like I'm sorry, go ahead, David.
I don't know. It's just like yeah, like this show has been fan service in the beginning, so like it's being honest, but it's just like this is just like just being blatant about being fan service just for the sake of it, not just like like it's just losing the appeal of like just having of the food, you know?
Yeah, it's like more like a legit battle of food, and like because it's like when I first saw this, I took it as like something where he was gonna rig it. And then, like where he was actually going to be saying something else than what he's actually like, in a way feeling. Because let's say if he ate like Souma's food and he was saying like, oh, this is like disgusting stuff, but yet everybody's clothes are blowing off around him. Like I was thinking like something like that was going to happen. So immediately when I thought that, I was like, oh god, so this is going to be the thing to do it. Even though it didn't quite happen as like what I thought, but I mean, he definitely sounded like he hated on Souma's meal. I mean, the thing definitely did not look like an appetizer, which is what he was originally supposed to make. But I don't know. It was just I just hate his ability.
Listen,
I just thought it was just so stupid.
To be fair, when I looked at Souma's dish, it looked like an appetizer to me. All right.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you go to a
granted, I am a fat ass, so like when I was thinking in my head, I was like, I mean, I could see it as an appetizer, it's like a chicken wing, right?
Or a chicken skewer.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
That's like just a
chicken
whole
wing.
chicken wing. It's like the entire chicken.
Yeah, Brian gets turkey legs for appetizers.
Hell yeah, dude! It
Hell
fucking gets me hungry for the actual
Guys,
meal.
there's no way in hell that's a chicken wing. Do you see how big that damn thing is? That's legit what they say. It's like some barbaric garbage. To be fair, I would still eat the hell out of that thing.
Because it's not even made all full of meat. It's like chicken something on the outside, and like the inside is just filling of rice and whatever.
Pate, whatever.
Yeah, I love that stuff too. But I don't know, like if let's say if they went through the whole show with like people having specific abilities or certain abilities, sure, I can see that. But don't just throw it in at the end. Because like I know like when the old man where he basically says like his clothes just like explode off of him. I just took it as kind of like the fan service for everybody else. I didn't know it was an actual ability or like some sort of like, let's say, quirk.
Well, you should have known it was because even Alice, like Nakiri Alice, the girl with the white hair, because her dad has it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he was being the judge for Souma and the guy with the spice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The guy. Yeah,
But
he stripped as well.
Yeah, but when you see that though, and you see other people like in the orga and then the foodgasms, I didn't think of it as actually like an ability. I thought it was just like them showing fan service and then just the reaction to the food. I didn't know it was actually like with these people with some sort of specific abilities. I mean, like the one where it's just like, oh, they eat good food, their clothes explode off of them. Sure, that makes sense. But then all of a sudden you eat food and then just other people around you, they lose their clothes. Like I was just like, okay, man, just do whatever at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. I fucking hate it. I actually hate it so much now.
I just feel like this creator at this point, I just feel like he's just mailing it in.
Just actual degenerate, dude. Oh my god.
You should just go back to hentai.
Yeah,
actually.
Oh yeah, he was originally that too. Yeah, I can see that too. But I don't know. I still really would have wished that they would have just like had this as like an official type of battle where they had like the same judges throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, besides all that, like being so rushed.
I'm sorry, what?
Like besides like all of that, like is this being so rushed?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
JC staff, man, they don't care about pacing or.
I don't even think it's them. I think it's the original manga.
I can see that too.
I'm blaming the manga this time. Like,
yep, trash for trash. Got it.
Like,
whoa.
Trash with trash. But I mean, I've liked Shokugeki up to this point, and then just like now they're just kind of like effing up the ending. Like, just so many shows end up following.
So because they made one mistake, you're now calling the whole series trash? Dude,
I took it too strong.
How rude! Think of all the good times they're giving you, sir.
Oh yeah, I've loved this show. Like we were even talking about how we were trying to like defend it because everybody on Reddit was calling it trash. Yeah, and I'm like, and then we're like, we have no idea. Like F Reddit. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Then all of a sudden, this happens. Like, God damn it, why?
Yeah, in a way, I can relate to it. It's just like in the very beginning, like maybe the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, like, damn, this show's pretty dope, right? Yeah. Literally, like the first 3 episodes, I was like, yeah, this red-haired kid cooking food. These people try to buy out their business, and this kid just shows up and be like, hey, here's my food. You eat it. Foodgasm. Awesome. Yep. Cool. This is dope as fuck. His dad comes over and be like, hey, you're going to this chef school. All right, dope. Walks in with a big dick saying, I'm going to be number 1. Fucking awesome, dude. He's got a big ass goal to achieve, right? And then, like, somewhere through here, it just became just the most degenerate show on earth. It's like, bro, you need to calm around this, like, ecchi shit and just, like, I want to see some good ass cooking Shokugeki type of shit, all right?
See, I was fine with the etchiness. It made sense, but now it's just like it's going.
It made sense.
Making sense.
It made sense.
It's so overboard now.
Yeah,
it was overboard from the get go, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I was okay
nah.
with it, but
in the beginning, it was relatable. I was like, damn.
Okay,
sure.
All right, Brian.
I
think people are just angry that the show.
No, because
no.
All right,
like,
I want.
They crossed the line. Like it was tolerable to a certain extent, but now like they just crossed the line.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this guy eats food, yet it affects other people that haven't even touched the food. Sure, whatever. Do whatever you want now at this point.
Like it's not staying true to like just like yeah. I mean, you can have the food, the ecchi, but like in the fan service, but like this part of the forcing, it's not being true to like the cooking.
Yeah. I really wish it was more about.
That's why it's over. It crossed the line.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to cross the line, guys. He's the villain. He's supposed to be like despicable in any way possible.
Yeah, but even before that, it crossed the line.
But I think it would have made more sense. Like, let's say if there was like actually like a final battle with him instead of him just judging food, like and just like throwing himself in, like because it's like it's already.
I would have liked.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go.
Because it's already setting it up in the way where you just know like the only reason why they let him do this is because like he's gonna taste the food and then like have some sort of like experience. Like where that how Souma's gotten through, where he in a way he lost the battle, but then he ended up like winning like the person over that he was like mainly fighting or cooking against. Like the one was he French Italian guy, the red haired guy with the glasses?
Oh,
Like when he
Shinobi?
challenged him to when he originally challenged him to a Shokugeki.
Yeah, it was French cuisine.
Yes. Yeah, because like where he ended up losing it, but then
Mhm.
but because like he ended up cooking food in a way where he was having like was it thoughts or like memories from before? Like I just feel like it's like they're already setting it up to be that way.
Right.
Which I mean, I guess they could still change it, but I just feel like that's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I mean,
Koo, that took a while.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's fine. Because there's two trains of thoughts that I'm having issues with, right? Because like with the gift, I can kind of get it. Mainly with the whole, he's a villain, he's supposed to be despicable, everything he does makes you sick. I can kind of see where they're going with this.
Yeah.
But the other train of thought is, if Soma went first and Erina, who's his daughter, is supposed to come out now and give him the main entree, I can't imagine what he's gonna do when his daughter gives him a cooking that makes everyone goes naked. That's like the weird part for me.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm assuming that's gonna happen because she's gonna make something so good he basically makes the whole auditorium go naked or lose their clothes.
Or he's gonna have thoughts of like back when she was a little child and when he was actually a decent human being.
Right. And then he himself becomes naked, and that's weird, bro. Like your own daughter gave you that sensation. That's weird.
Yeah. That's okay. Japan's never been scared of crossing those lines. I don't know. It's I don't know, but I just feel like it could have been so much better if they, let's just say, finish this like this whole battle thing just legitimate without him being a part of it, but then having like a final arc with him actually like, a part of it. Because I just feel like this motherfucker doesn't know how to cook. Because it just sounds like this guy just follows instructions. I would be this guy because I can't just make my own shit.
I would hope that he doesn't battle Soma, but he would battle Soma's dad. I would hope that would be like.
Oh yeah, dude! Like having that as like a final battle would be awesome. But another thing I think is really cool is Soma is not the main guy. They're actually making like this as Erina's arc, and she's the main character, which I think is actually pretty cool.
Okay, can I say something real quick? All right,
go for it.
So like literally the only redeeming quality of this episode was literally Soma hyping her up so hard.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, this isn't a 2v2 anymore. It's literally a 1v1 between me and you. So you better step your fucking shit up now.
What were the words he used? It's my Shokugeki towards you, or in other words, Shokugeki no Soma. Ooh. He
sure,
the title in this.
Whatever that
title of the show in this.
Well, yeah, that part right there, like literally the last like 2 minutes of the episode was literally just the best part of the episode, in my opinion.
That was good. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like they definitely did like certain parts like really like I think the certain parts of it was really good, and other parts that they really did not have to add or do.
True.
That's my thoughts. So I take my previous comment back. I did not mean to make the whole show sound like it was trash. I've really liked the show up to this point.
You better.
I've really thought like this show was awesome, and then like I really did not want Reddit to be right about certain things, but I still think they're mainly wrong. But there's just a couple things at the end that are just like they could have definitely done better. And
I'm gonna be sad when this ends, and then we're gonna say this is wasted potential.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be like,
we're not gonna have. I can't think of any other cooking show that can fill the void.
Oh god, I mean, this is like so out of like what I've like watched, but we'll explain this like during when.
I'm actually surprised there's not as much other cooking shows.
There's one I'm going right now, but it's not the same.
Well, no, it's not.
I'll pass. Even though I'm basically hating on fan service right now, I'm gonna need some fan service.
No, you're not really hating the fan service, right? You're hating
how they're doing it.
Tasteful, right? It's not tasteful.
Yeah, it's just like how they're doing it
out there. Like for you ladies out there, right? If you want to like appeal to a guy, you can't just go out there butt naked, right? That's not attractive to us. You gotta like lead us on, leave some for the imagination,
I don't know, because some people have really low standards.
Exactly. Whoa. But the reason they're here is to increase their standards, to become men of culture.
Yeah,
this is what they're here for. Peter? Where the fuck is Peter at?
I'm just throwing his name in just to see if he ever hears it. So
no, Peter will never listen to this because Peter's a degenerate, and he will always be a degenerate. If you got a problem with that, Peter, come defend yourself right now. Next week.
Next week on the Anime Podcast.
I think right there is the best part to leave it off.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be it for the podcast this week. It's been okay. Like this past couple episodes, like been kind of weird because we had like different
I'll mute
situations going on, but yeah, hopefully things go smoothly once winter starts. Hopefully, like we figure out like the more of the format of the show.
Next season it'll be like a level up. You guys won't even know it was
Hopefully.
us.
Hopefully,
Yes,
But-
any critique or suggestions would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah,
I just
So-
want someone to like to let us know if there's anyone here besides our friends watching.
Even if you absolutely hate us, just let us know. If you don't like Peter, just let us know. We will end that, man.
But anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank the panel for joining me tonight.
No
Yeah.
problem, man.
Most welcome.
I want to thank everyone who's listened this far to
It's just
this
Yeah.
week and any other.
Let us
episodes.
know.
But that's gonna be it. Well, see you guys next week. Bye.
bye bye.
Goodbye.